Whether you're graduating high school, transferring universities, pursuing an advanced degree, or returning to the classroom as an adult, Gardner-Webb has over 80 majors awaiting you. Become a part of Bulldog Nation. More at gardner-webb.edu. Make sure to catch a home-running Bulldogs football game through November 22nd. Check out the Big E Gaffney, Upstate Carolina's complete entertainment center, located at Exit 90 on I-85 near the Gaffney Outlet Marketplace, complete with a large arcade where you can test your skills on some sensational game selections. The Big E also provides an 8-screen premium movie theater featuring new releases, and it's the perfect spot to host a birthday party. There's even a 16-lane bowling center, a snack bar where, man, the pizza's so good, plus laser tag, mini golf, and a massive indoor playland. Find out more at thebigiegaffney.com.
Two locations to serve you. That's Auto Parts U-Pull and Scrap Metal, located at 1025 County Home Road in Shelby and now at 851 Car Farm Road in Lincoln. Auto Parts U-Pull and Scrap Metal will buy your junk car or even your house and come pull your own parts. New additions arrive every day. Admission fee is $2. They also buy copper, aluminum, steel, cast iron, tin, and brass. See the king of parts. Auto Parts U-Pull and Scrap Metal. Open 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. 1025 County Home Road in Shelby and 851 Car Farm Road in Lincoln. Online at autopartsupull.com and see their page on whatsupshopper.com. Like them on Facebook too.
In Cleveland County, you might see me at a local sporting event, the Cleveland County Fair. We might cross paths at the grocery store or at the next benefit. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local professional when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on most. I'm Bert Kostner. Call me at 704-482-2436 for a quick auto, home, or life insurance quote. And to learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money, be sure to ask for me, Bert Kostner, 704-482-2436.
Call Bert Kostner, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, today.
Welcome into the Countdown to Kickoff pregame show presented by Ingles Markets. Of course, low prices love the savings, especially during the holiday period. Time to get those Thanksgiving items ready for the dinner table. Well, the Crest Chargers are back on KTC Broadcasting for a huge game in the North Carolina 5A playoffs tonight. It's round 3 as the Chargers host East Lincoln. My name is Paul Foster. I'm joined tonight by several crew members, including Tall Tim, JB Jonathan Bland. We're getting some behind-the-scenes help from J-Man tonight. He'll be providing us scores throughout the evening here from our home base, and we got a whole lot more to tell you as well. But I tell you what, Tim, a lot of people have been talking about this particular game. Both these teams have had excellent regular seasons, and here they are in the third round of the playoffs.
No doubt about it, Paul. You can feel the energy. You know it's a big game. You felt it an hour ago as the 10-1 East Lincoln Mustangs come to Sid Bryson Stadium to take on the 9-2 Crest Chargers. And, of course, the winner moves on to the state 5A quarterfinals to play either South Point or Monroe, a game that's already kicked off. And, as a matter of fact, South Point already down 6-0. Monroe struck early and to take a 6-0 lead. Of course, this matchup, though, tonight, you're talking about a rarity, Paul. You know, I've been doing this not quite as long as you, certainly not as long as our father who started back in the 1960s, but Jonathan Bland, as we bring you in, you're talking about a Crest offense, an East Lincoln offense, both averaging 48 points a game playing in round 3. That's not something you see every day. So when you talk about two explosive offenses, you talk about two teams that have dominated for about 90% of the year. It may be the team tonight, Jonathan, defensively who makes the play special teams-wise. What do you see when you think about these two explosive offenses and these two teams in general?
Well, as you mentioned, there are a lot of good players on both sides between East Lincoln and Crest tonight. What I see is who's going to be able to control the line of scrimmage, which defensive line can control the line of scrimmage, which offensive line can control the line of scrimmage. And I think that whoever that is, they'll give you a big chance to win tonight.
Of course, Paul, you're talking about an East Lincoln team just 3 years removed from a state championship. And, of course, you talk about two phenomenal quarterbacks tonight. Of course, we're talking about, for the Crest Chargers, Eli Hamrick, who's had a phenomenal senior season to get the Chargers to this third round. And for East Lincoln, the very talented Grant Lawless, two guys that have combined for close to over 5,000 yards passing, close to 60 touchdowns on the season, and that's going to be a matchup we'll be watching tonight as well, Paul, along with a lot of other key matchups.
Yeah, there's so much concentration on the two quarterbacks. They have a lot of similarities, how much they've thrown the ball, the amount of yardage, the percentage of completed passes, and sizes, too. Remember, Eli Hamrick is a senior at 6'5", and Grant Lawless is more like 6'4", but, you know, they both are very similar. And more than anything else, you expect this is going to be a game based on the pass tonight. So that makes me wonder, gentlemen, what if it ends up being that the team that wins here tonight is going to be the team that more effectively runs the ball or gets it done on special teams or the kicking game, Jonathan Bland?
Well, this is always a pretty ACC battle, right? It could be Grant Lawless, Wake Forest commit, Eli Hamrick, a Virginia commit. So it'd be interesting to see how these two quarterbacks play in a night's big matchup. But I think you hit the nail on the head. Which team is going to be able to run the football and take pressure off the quarterback? So if they can draw that defense up, they can hit them over the top with some big plays.
And, Paul, again, I talk about, you think about these two teams have combined to play 22 games, and 18 of those games they completely dominated their opponents. That means they've been in control. Jonathan, which team handles adversity better? There's been the skeptics out there that have said in Crest's 2 losses they didn't handle adversity well. Some people have said, what if they get down early? How will they handle it? But then on the other hand, some people say, well, the best team East Lincoln saw all year was Hickory, and they lost that game 34-31. So how do you handle adversity? And, you know, sometimes it can come down to a yard or two. It can come down to a couple possessions, JB. And then you talk about the emotional factor of this game because this crowd is going to be packed tonight.
Yeah, I agree. And you're right. The adversity is going to be a big match. Who can handle that the best tonight? And I think that, honestly, these two teams, 10-1 East Lincoln, 9-2 Crest, but I think Crest has played a little bit tougher schedule, as you mentioned. The only team that that gave East Lincoln a test this year was Hickory, and they did lose that game. So I expect a good matchup, and whoever's able to go out there and make plays, they'll win the matchup tonight.
Paul, quickly, as we mentioned, the winner of this game takes on either Monroe or South Point next Friday night. Hickory and Franklin, the other Western quarterfinal tonight, along with J.M. Robinson, who's already up on Oak Grove 6-0. And, Paul, we've got two county teams already in action tonight. Shelby's up on Mount Airy 7-0. Northern Guilford is struck first. They lead 7-0 over Kings Mountain.
Let me also announce to our audience, we just found out some information, and it may not last for long, but we're streaming only tonight. But at the moment, we are also on 92.9 FM WCSL. The Burns game was scheduled for that station tonight, but we understand they're having some technical difficulties at the moment, so we are not only on streaming, but also on 92.9 FM, and that's a pretty good signal for those of you in Cleveland County, even though that, of course, is the KTC station out of Cherryville. So just be aware of that at the moment. Hopefully everything with Burns will get situated.
And remember that Burns game, a 7:30 kickoff. Dudley already leading, Ashbrook leading. Dudley got a safety, 2-0. The winner of Ashbrook and Dudley takes on Kings Mountain and Northern Guilford. And a big thanks to Jaden J-Man Foster, who is pumping our scores in. And remember, guys, after tonight, all over the state, 1 through 8, 1A through the 8A, you're down to 8 teams, state quarterfinals after tonight.
Yeah, it should be some great games tonight, and a lot of good matchups already. We're looking across the board. We don't see a matchup we think will get out of hand across the board that we're following here tonight. We'll report those scores where they keep coming in, but a lot of good football teams playing right now.
You're right. Gentlemen, we will step away for a break. Of course, later tonight, I want to remind you that our good friend Robbie Roop continues to be away from our crew, But that's why JB is with us again, and he will also be on the sidelines doing Tim's first of the season position, and that is back on the sidelines to get an interview with Greg Lloyd at halftime, and then we'll also talk to the coach after the game as well. Whatever happens tonight, we'll have some final thoughts. We hope they'll be good ones and that we're moving on, but all of that, and we'll mention more about Rob coming up here. We got some good news for you coming up here on our Ingalls Markets Countdown to the Kickoff. When we come back, a conversation that I was able to record in the last 24 hours with Greg Lloyd, the coach of Crest, going into this game. We'll do that next when we come back on Crest Football and the Ingalls Markets Countdown to Kickoff from KTCBroadcasting.com. Check out the Big E Gaffney, Upstate Carolina's complete entertainment center, located at Exit 90 on I-85 near the Gaffney Outlet Marketplace, complete with a large arcade where you can test your skills on some sensational game selections. The Big E also provides an 8-screen premium movie theater featuring new releases, and it's the perfect spot to host a birthday party. There's even a 16-lane bowling center, a snack bar where, man, the pizza's so good, plus laser tag, mini golf, and a massive indoor playland. Find out more at thebigEgaffney.com.
Bradley's now is a bucket truck. What does that mean? That means they can now install outdoor signs, even outdoor lighted signs. Talk with them about designing, creating, and installing your new sign. And of course, see them for logo designs, vehicle lettering, banners, magnets, trophies, plaques, acrylics, t-shirts, and more. They are now truly your one-stop shop. Bradley's, 2522 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at bradleysinc.com. Like them on Facebook too. Your train dealer for Cleveland County and the surrounding areas is CSI Mechanical. And right now, Train is offering some great fall specials, like up to $600 in rebates for qualified Train air conditioners and furnaces, up to $2,000 on qualified Train heat pumps, and up to $1,200 for other eligible expenses, like electrical upgrades for heat pump installations. Find out more. Call your local Train dealer, CSI Mechanical, 704-600-6267. Online at csimechanical.com, located at 410 South Post Road in Shelby. Sure, there's great service department specials at Marburger Chevrolet in Shelby. But before we get into those, we got to talk about the great deals on the new 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 trucks. Now get 2.9% APR financing for 72 months. Now back to the service. Saturday morning oil changes, $59.95. North Carolina inspections, $10 every day. Hey, pre-owned vehicles start at $9,900. Marburger Chevrolet, 200 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, your hometown dealer, locally owned and operated, online at marburgerchevy.net. The Clay Barnett Funeral Home in Shelby gives you 5 reasons to choose acclimation over cremation. Acclimation is a gentle, dignified process. It's a process that uses 95% water instead of fire. 20% more ash remains are returned to the family. It is a green process with no emissions and no harmful greenhouse gases. And acclimation prices start at $25.95, and payment plans are available with credit approval. Consider acclimation, exclusively offered by Clay Barnett Funeral Home. Online at claybarnett.com, with locations at 303 Pfeiffer Road, Kings Mountain, and 1401 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Cleveland Funeral Services in Shelby is proud to serve the people of Shelby and the surrounding communities with traditional funerals, memorials, celebrations of life, cremations, prestige collections, and grief counseling services. Managed by veteran Dean Vincent, who is proud to serve our country and proud to serve you in your time of need. Cleveland Funeral Services, 2518 West Dixon Boulevard, Highway 74 West in Shelby. Online at clevelandfuneralservices.com.
The interview with Coach Greg Lloyd is coming up right now, presented by the Hunt House Bed and Breakfast, built in 1932 and lovingly restored. The Hunt House Bed and Breakfast offers guests a unique blend of history, hospitality, and modern comfort. Whether it's for game day weekends, family visits, or just simply a peaceful getaway in the Lattimore area, the Hunt House is the perfect place to relax and recharge. It's time for a visit with the head coach of the Crest Chargers, and that is Greg Lloyd. Prior to tonight's kickoff, Crest hosting East Lincoln in the third round of the North Carolina 5A high school football playoffs. Going back to last week's game right quick, Coach, of course, a big victory against Concord, and it was another big night for Eli Hamrick. And I think one of the things that stood out to a lot of us fans was the fact that instead of it just being Michael Edwards and Majay Thompson, Romeo Sanders, our other wide receiver, had a huge night. It's kind of like you used his size, and I believe he had 3 touchdowns in that game.
He sure did. Romeo's had a really good year as a receiver and H-back, tight end. He's one of our most improved players. He's just his blocking has improved. He's making plays when we throw him the ball. I mean, and he had a big game last Friday, so I was very happy for Romeo, and he's earned his opportunity, and he came through.
What do you think about the play of your offensive line, especially going into such an important game? You got to win to stay alive tonight.
Yeah, our O-line has been better this year. I think we're improved over last season. They're doing a really good job week in, week out. I think we have improved. I think we're playing our best football there. Of course, this week's a very big test. They've got an excellent D-line, and they bring a lot of pressure. So, I mean, they'll have to be on their A game tonight, but I expect that they will, and I expect they'll play as hard as they can play.
Yeah, let's talk more about this talented East Lincoln team. They've had a tremendous season, and when you do the comparisons of our guy, Eli Hamrick, to their quarterback, Grant Lawless, well, Lawless has thrown for over 2,700 yards, 32 touchdown passes. He's certainly a weapon, isn't he?
Yeah, he's really good. He's a big kid, and he moves good. He's got a great arm, a quick release. You can tell he's a Division I player, and he's gonna test us for sure. And he's probably, I think he's the best quarterback we'll have seen to this point, and he will definitely test us.
He's got numerous weapons he goes to when he's throwing the football, and I'm sure your defense on pass coverage is going to have to be excellent tonight. And that starts with the tight end, number 4, Dollar, who has over 1,100 yards receptions on the season.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal player. He's really, really big. They flex him out to a wide receiver. He plays a little tight end. Then he turns around and plays defensive end on their defense. I mean, he's an exceptional player. He's a highly rated prospect for a reason, and he's a special talent for sure.
Coach, how important is special teams and the kicking game? I know those have been some areas strong for Crest, and I'm sure it'll need to shine bright in this game tonight.
Yeah, I mean, in a game like this with 2 great teams playing, I mean, and 2 teams won't advance very badly, I mean, that could be the tale of the tape. I mean, it's a big part of the game. We've been pretty good at it this year. We've been good at covering kicks and making point afters and kicking them in the end zone and flipping field some. So we're going to have to do that tonight for sure. And it could very well be the difference in the game.
When it comes to Crest running game, let me just ask you about an update on Jason Black. Is there a chance that he could play some in this game?
Yeah, he got released this week, so he's practiced. We're planning on playing him some Friday, so should have a good 1-2 punch with him and Malachi, so he'll get some carries Friday and have him back in the fold. So I'm very, very happy that he was able to make it back, and he's just been chomping at the bit to come back and play. He had surgery. He's now recovered and been released, so he's going to be able to play tonight. And looking for some, he'll be anxious to get out there, so hopefully he'll make a big play or 2 for us. And I'm just happy for Jason that he's been able to come back and play, and happy for the team because he'll definitely help us.
We feel like it's going to be a special game. We're looking forward to calling it tonight, and I know the fans are going to enjoy watching it. Coach, best of luck.
Yeah, thank you. It'll be a great ball game, and I appreciate you, Paul.
It's a candle-making experience Saturday, December 6th from 5 till 7 p.m. at Discovery Nissan in Shelby. Unwind, connect, and craft your own custom candle this holiday season with a complimentary glass of wine. Cost is $30. And plan now to bring the whole family for an evening filled with cookies and hot cocoa, Christmas cheer, and a special visit from Santa Claus himself. Ho, ho, ho. That's Saturday, December 20th from 6 until 8 at Discovery Nissan, 631 South Post Road in Shelby, online at discoverynissan.com.
Fountain Electric and Services, one team, one goal, providing integrity across the region since 1946 when it comes to residential, commercial, and industrial electrical needs. And listen to this. Get your vehicle running right for those road trips at Fountain Auto Tech. They can provide an oil change, tire rotation, brake check, and even a battery test. That way you get your vehicle healthy and tested. You'll leave Fountain Auto Tech with confidence. Learn more at fountainautotech.com and on their Facebook page.
CF Moto is clicking on all cylinders during their clearance sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports and Law. Get financing as low as 0% and up to $1,500 cash back on CF Moto models. And check out the Suzuki DRZ 4S motorbike with financing at 4.99% for 36 months. And the Yamaha Let's Ride sales event is underway. Get 0% for 60 months or $3,000 customer cash back. Full Throttle Power Sports, 100 Indian Walk-In Law, online at ncfullthrottlepowersports.com. Don't wait till it's freezing cold outside. Now is the time to get your fireplace serviced by Future Energy Company in Shelby. Say you don't have a fireplace? Well, see Woody Padgett and Future Energy Company for all kinds of fireplaces and gas logs. And for those backyard cookouts, check out the Big Green Egg or Grills by Primo and the Broil Master Outdoor Kitchens. Future Energy Company, serving this area since 1983, 130 West Graham Street in Shelby, online at futureenergyco.com.
We're back live at Crest for round 3 of the playoffs. Crest and East Lincoln getting ready to go to war at 7:30. You're listening to the pregame show, the countdown to kickoff, presented by Ingalls Markets, the best place for your holiday shopping. Low prices, love the savings. Paul Foster back with Tall Tim, JB, Jonathan Bland with us tonight. And let's quickly mention this, before, then we'll name our players to watch tonight. Our usual colleague who's been away for a number of weeks now, Robbie Roop, has been through a lot, but man, how things have improved. We actually understand he given permission to pull the family car into the gate tonight and be here for the game.
Yeah, good to see Rob. I saw the vehicle in the stadium, so he knows how big this one is, and man, how great is it to have him here tonight, and our thoughts are with Rob, and I know he's rooting on the Chargers. Also, big thanks to Trey Albright, who will be handling our stats tonight, J-Man Foster. And, Paul, what about we saw former Crest head coach Mark Barnes, who's here tonight. His Sumter team eliminated in double overtime against James Island last Friday night. Great to see Coach Mark Barnes. The team captains are getting ready to come out. And, Paul, think about this East Lincoln team. Big challenge for the Chargers tonight. They have scored 28 or more points in all 11 games. That's the challenge for this Crest defense tonight.
Gentlemen, as I look across the field, look at the two guys to the far right, the captains coming out. Yeah. Those are two big men. One of them may be the starting quarterback. I can't pick up a number right now.
It is lawless out there, Paul. And then, of course, the other guy we're going to be talking about is Jackson Dollar. He is a big young man himself. When you talk about Dollar, the running back Jalen Fletcher McLean has had a huge year. JB, they've got so many weapons, but both these teams do. Both these teams can score in a matter of seconds. That's how good they are.
Yeah, stars are not the problem for either one of these teams. It's going to be which team can execute tonight, and I'm so excited to see it. The atmosphere in the stadium is so different than it was last week. It is just packed in here tonight, and it's going to be a great football game.
Look at this crowd, guys. Standing room only all around the banks on both sides, and these are two premier programs in the 5A ranks, and both teams good enough, no doubt, to win a state championship this year.
We want to announce again, we understand we're continuing our coverage, not just online, but if you'd like to switch to the radio, we're at 92.9 FM. That is KTC Broadcasting Station, WCSL, from the home base in Cherville. We are presently on 92.9 FM as well, if you'd like to do that.
Paul, East Lincoln just won the toss and deferred to the second half, so that means the Crest Chargers will get the ball quickly, Paul. The three other 5A West games going on. What about Monroe has jumped out on South Point 14-0 in Belmont. Hickory leads Franklin 6-0, and J.M. Robinson out early on Oak Grove 13-0. And as we mentioned, Crest will get the ball here minutes away from kickoff.
Okay, thanks for the updates on those other games. We'll be keeping a close eye on throughout the night. And, hey, don't let a 14 just like that.
Oh, yeah.
South Point's on the board, Tim.
Yeah, they're on the board 14-7. That's going to be a battle in Belmont tonight.
Time to name our player to watch for the Crest Chargers, presented by the Big E. Don't forget, a Big E gift certificate is a great Christmas stocking stuffer. The gift of fun this holiday season.
And I tell you, JB, we're going to go with two players tonight because as East Lincoln makes their way on the field, as good as Grant Lawless is, I'm going with the two D1ers, the safeties in that secondary. Number 10, Lyric Pettis headed to Duke. Devarius Pluto Surratt headed to NC State. They've got to play big tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, because, as you mentioned, that Grant Lawless can really throw the ball, and we know that they may even have to bring those up to help stop the run attack at East Lincoln. And ironically, those two schools play each other tomorrow at 3:30. The Duke commit, the UNC commit. Great picks for players to watch tonight.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Let's mention a new sponsor that is joining us as of tonight in the playoffs, and that is American Restoration. American Restoration, they've been serving the community since 1971. We are not a franchise. They want to let it be known. Locally owned and operated. There's 3 locations, including Shelby and Hickory. American Restoration provides 24/7 service in North and South Carolina, some 28 counties. Services include water damage restoration, fire damage, duct cleaning, and more. Phone them at 704-482-7586 or go online to amrest.com. And, hey, look for the AmRest mascot out and about. Her name is Olive. And
I was just going to say, Paul, as both teams hit the field, the visitors at 10-1, East Lincoln, the 5 seed, they're in their road white jerseys, the orange pants. They've got the orange numerals, white helmets, the 9-2 Crest Chargers at home tonight, the 4 seed. They come on the field in their Charger gold helmets, green jerseys, green pants. It will be number 43 for East Lincoln, and, of course, we are talking about William Mulkey. That is Taden Dawkins. Excuse me, Paul. Thank you for the correction there. As we are ready for our Jam & J's Pizza Factory opening kickoff, and what an atmosphere. And great to have you listening tonight by way of WCSL or, of course, the streaming broadcasters. We're ready to go, Paul.
Jam & J's kickoff from the 40. There is the kick, and it is going to go deep, and it is going to be taken by Edwards at the 7. Across the 10. He is across the 15, across the 20, across the 30. They'll finally get him down at the 31, 32-yard line.
And, JB, can Crest continue these hot starts? We've seen 70 against Concord last week. 3 weeks ago, 69 points, 70 points against Kings Mountain 3 weeks ago. This opening possession will be key.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see what their game plan is going to be. Are they going to try to see if they can run the football first? They're going to try to hit him with the big player at the top. I'll be curious to see what Coach Lord wants to do right out of the gates.
Don't forget about Jam & J's. That is the wonderful pizza buffet. All you can eat, a great family atmosphere as well. So 1st and 10, and welcome into the utility tree service. First quarter, we're Chargers, we're better. It's a quarterback keeper. Hammer trying to get behind some blocker. He's pressing his way through all the way across the 40 to about the 45-yard line, and that is a Mi Pablito first down.
Well, that answered a little bit of your question, Jonathan Bland. They went power with a 6'5", senior quarterback, got 11 yards, and he got piled on there with a couple of East Lincoln players as he was going down, but he gets all the way to the 44 for the first down.
Yeah, I like the execution on the play. The right off the right guard there and just busted to the line for 11 yards, and really a good job, solid blocking up front. That's what we talked about. Which team is going to be able to control the line of scrimmage?
We've got trips to the near side. Nobody on the far side. Quarterback all alone in the backfield for 1st and 10. Hamrick looking to pass. He's going to run again. Now he's going to fly at the last minute. Dives up in the air. And did he come down with it? Yes, he did. He is to East Lincoln's 38-yard line.
And East Lincoln, a couple of players, Paul, thought Eli Hamrick was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it, but I think he was about 1.5 yards behind it when he threw that pass to get the Me-Pub's first down. They're going to spot it at the Mustang 38, 1st and 10 Chargers.
So far, so good. Crest having no trouble moving the football. Back-to-back first downs for this Charger team, and they're inside the 40 of East Lincoln from the shotgun position. Here is a handoff, and they're going to run for the first time. Gamble, a very short gain, maybe nothing.
And we got a flag that came in late as well on that play.
Yeah, curious to what this is going to be. Is it going to be a holding call that quick, or is it offsides on the East Lincoln defense?
Yep, good question. It was thrown kind of late, so they're going to wait. They're just going to wave it off.
Okay.
So they will spot it back at the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10 from the 38, and that time East Lincoln, that big defensive line, did a good job of getting the push. And you talked about it, JB. You got to win the line of scrimmage. if you're the Crest Chargers and you want to advance here tonight.
Yeah, and I don't know who the nose tackle is for the East Lincoln
He's
defense,
big.
but this guy is huge right there. And if the Crest can move him off the ball, they'll have some opportunities to run the football inside.
Yep.
Yeah, he is one big boy, but how fast can he move will be the question. So it'll be second down and 10. No gain on that last play and no penalty either from the shotgun formation.
East Lincoln showing blitz.
Yep. Hammer gets rid of it. Got his man.
That's Pettis.
Breaks the 30 inside the 25 to the 23 for another Charger first down.
Paul, I talked to a lot of people this week, and they said that East Lincoln loves to blitz a lot. And they thought they would blitz, and Crest, if they could get rid of the ball, would have receivers out in the open. And, JB, we saw it there, and that was Lyric Pettis, who we'll see play both ways tonight.
Yeah, he looked really good right there catching that pass. But I love the play design right there because the play was really right there for a quick read. Eli Hammer did a great job reading that, and boom, there it went.
Paul, they spotted it at the East Lincoln 28.
Yeah, man, the Meat Pablito first downs keep coming. The Chargers are on the move. Quarterback keeper, again, it appears, going off the left side of that offensive line and just inside the 20 for Eli Hamrick.
Yeah, let me rephrase that. It was actually spotted at the 24. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. And he is down around the 20, so it'll be 2nd and 6 from the 20-yard line. Northern Guilford now in the 6A West third round, leading Kings Mountain 14-0 late first quarter.
Oh, goodness.
And Dudley has scored to lead Ashbrook now 7-2.
Second down and 6 for Crest. Gamble's got it again. Breaking his way through tackler after tackler, and he gets to, it looks to be the East Lincoln 11.
So we've seen a combination of both. We've seen how Crest, Jonathan Bland so far is reacting to that blitz, but they've got to be able to run the ball. We've talked about success, and they've had it so far in this opening drive.
Yeah, they really have, and they did a lot of good things off the right side of the offensive line. Once again, going there, picking up that yardage needed for the first down. Crest continuing to drive deep into East Lincoln territory.
It's at the 12, Paul.
Friday Night Lights football fans and Meat Pablito, a winning combination after the fourth Meat Pablito first down of this drive. From the 13-yard line of East Lincoln. Quarterback keeper and in trouble. Eli is going to go down back at the 20.
Yeah, but they brought the blitz. They were ready for that. We talked about it, and that defender saw the pressure coming, and in that time, Eli, Paul, even though he didn't have a lot of time, probably should have tried to get rid of the ball. But, boy, was that defender in there quick.
Yeah, look like number 28 there, Jackson Buse on the stop there for East Lincoln there. Great job coming up and wrapping around the legs of Eli Hammer there, making that tackle. Now what does Crest do here? What do you think there, Tim?
Well, I tell you, it's a 2nd and 15 now. Ball's at the 17. You got to go fast. You're already down to 10 on the play clock, so they're going to have to go.
Yeah, here they are
Looks
quickly.
like some confusion here, Paul.
Yeah, they got to get in position quickly. That play clock is down to 2. There's the snap, thank goodness. And wait a minute, play has been stopped.
And somebody called a timeout.
East Lincoln timeout.
Yeah, wow, East Lincoln decided to call the timeout.
Kind of bailed him out on that.
Yeah, well, I tell you, and they may have done it because Michael Edwards initially there, guys looked wide open, headed down the right side of the field.
Want to remind everybody that tonight's broadcast, our corporate sponsor of Crest Charger playoff football is Walker Woodworking, unmatched quality and innovation in custom cabinets, and their partner business, Greenbrook Design, kitchen and bath design. Discover the possibilities. Also, we want to thank tonight sponsoring the Chargers for over 50 years, Turner Trucking, providing experienced trucking services from the Carolinas to the West Coast for all your needs.
And, Paul, we also want to mention one of our great sponsors. Of course, that is Cleveland Community College, who brings us our sideline report. Short-term job training in manufacturing, trades, and healthcare. Check it out at clevelandcc.edu.
Man, what an impressive opening drive. You don't want to stall now. Crest got 4 first downs. They're at the 17 after a loss on that last play. Trips to the far side this time. Eli coming back near side. Caught and immediately hit and knocked out around the 23-yard line was Pettis.
I tell you, it looked good initially, JB, but the ball was thrown way too high in the air to set up any kind of screen that time.
You're exactly right. The East Lincoln defender able to get by the Quest wide receiver right there and able to make that tackle, man. What I'd like to see if they had a little bit more time for him to break free and go down the sideline, maybe there's a chance to hit him in the end zone there. But once again, the pressure from East Lincoln really affected the play of the Crest offense.
And again, Paul, we're seeing East Lincoln bring that blitz. They did it there, and that's another loss of about 2 more, and it is going to be, 3rd and about 18 now from the 22 of East Lincoln.
Here goes Crest, needing a big play here. Again, Double receivers near and far. There's the pass. Caught at the 4 and in for a touchdown.
That's Brock Melton.
Brock Melton.
What a pass.
Made new touchdown.
Oh, my goodness, that was a bullet.
A quick pass, and I tell you what, you're backed up big time, JB, but when you got that combination of Eli Hamrick to Melton, things can happen.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that East Lincoln brought the blitz once again.
Yeah.
I thought they would just sit back in the zone and make Eli Hamrick beat them because it was 3rd and 20 there, but they brought the blitz, and he made them pay big time with that touchdown pass.
And the head official did not like the Chargers celebrating as they had to get to the sideline quick. Here is the extra point attempt by Carson Greer. It is up, and it is good, providing electrical services and contracting across the region on the Fountain Electric scoreboard. It's Crest 7, East Lincoln nothing. This is KTCBroadcasting.com.
A small college town could be right for you. Gardner-Webb University is a private Christian liberal arts university in Boiling Springs that was founded in 1905. Whether you're graduating high school, transferring universities, pursuing an advanced degree, or returning to the classroom as an adult, Gardner-Webb has over 80 majors awaiting you. Become a part of Bulldog Nation. More at gardner-webb.edu. Make sure to catch a home-running Bulldogs football game through November 20.
Is your home or business in need of a new roof or gutters? Look no further than Gutter Guys. Gutter Guys provides complete gutter and roofing solutions in our entire area, and even in Columbia, South Carolina. With over 22 years' experience, Gutter Guys specializes in metal and shingle roofing, seamless gutters, and copper works. If your roof and gutters need some attention, Gutter Guys is here to help you. No job is too big or too small. So give them a call today at 704-879-4384 for Gutter Guys. Serving the Carolinas since 2003.
Crest leads 7-0. There's the Jammin' Jays kickoff, and yeah, like normal, it is booted into the end zone by Carson Grigg. Let's quickly do the Lovebirds Pizza scoring recap for Crest. They went 9 plays, and they went, ladies and gentlemen, a total of, let me think, I'm getting my math together here, 68 yards for the 17-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah, that's going to bring out Grant Lawless, Paul, the tremendous quarterback in the shotgun with 4 receivers, 1st and 10.
Yep, this is a team that loves to go to the air as well and been very successful of doing it throughout the season. They're going to actually keep it on the ground here, right up the middle, running straight ahead at Crest, and a 3-yard gain. And I believe that might have been Fletcher McLean, who is their leading rusher on the season.
Yeah, McLean, Paul, when you're talking about Jalen Fletcher McLean, the senior, got about 2, maybe 3 to the 23, 2nd and 7.
From the 23-yard line, they'll go to work again. A pump fake, going to go along the sideline and overthrows the intended receiver at the 37-yard line. It looked like that might have been the freshman Jaden Smith, who he wanted to go to.
Yeah, looking for Smith, and that time Jonathan Crest kind of had a little bit of a blanket coverage and did a good job with that as it brings up 3rd down.
And I love that defense there. Make the guy beat you with his arm there. Maybe a little bit of nerves coming out of the game for Grant Lawless. Just an overthrow on the sideline right there.
Just like that, it is 3rd down and 7. Double receivers to the far side and the near side. 1 running back, and, of course, the QB, the dangerous Lawless back there. He wears number 17. 2,719 passing yards on the season coming into tonight. This is a pass in the backfield. A short
he's not going to get it. Yep.
No, out at the 27, it appears.
Yep, and I can't imagine. It's going to be 4th and 3. Can't imagine that East Lincoln will go for it. But, Paul, they have taken risk all season. And I'm not seeing any signs of the punting unit coming out as of yet, but here they come. Yeah, I thought it was a little early to take a risk there, but this is an East Lincoln team, JB, that's got a lot of athletes. Don't be surprised if they don't go to their bag of tricks tonight.
Yeah, they'll have to, to beat a good Crest team that scored what we talked about. They scored like 50 points, X amount of games this year. But big stop by the Crest defense. They turn the ball, they get the ball right back here. Hopefully, the long special teams go okay. Let's see what they can do.
This is the Big E punt of the Pigskin.
Oh, it's a good one, too.
Yeah, man, high. And there's the special teams down immediately.
There's Thompson.
Thompson trying to get away from him. He has cut to the far side of the field across the 35. He'll be pushed out
good return.
beyond the 40-yard line. and the Chargers will go back on offense, 1st and 10 at their own 42.
And we've talked about this field position that in Crest victories, and their 9 victories, they have absolutely dominated not only the opponents but the starting field position in a lot of their drives. And here they are. JB, we saw them start across the 30 on their first one. Here they are at their own 42 with a 7-0 lead.
Yeah, that was a big play by the special teams unit there for Crest, just getting that ball out to the 42-yard line. They could have been pinned deep because that was an excellent punt by East Lincoln. But here is Crest once again on the move.
Crest already up 7-0 with 6:17 to go in the Utility Tree Service first quarter. Here is an inside handoff and very little running room for Gamble.
Gamble. Paul, we know, and here he is, Paul, for the first time. We're seeing a young man on the field for the first time since mid-October. Jason Black is in the game. Now, certainly he's not had a lot of practices, but to have him back on the field tonight is awesome. Shelby's still leading 7-0 in their ball game. We're going to give you some scores in the 7A ranks as well a little bit later on tonight.
2nd down and 10 after no gain for the Chargers. Got a man in motion who is Melton.
This is a trick play of reverse.
Back and forth, and it ends up being in the hands of Majay Thompson, and he's not going to get a big gain, but he does get to the 45.
That time, Jonathan went to Melton, who reversed it back to Thompson, trying to get that speed out there. Good job by East Lincoln.
It really was a good job. He really came off the block there and kind of sealed that edge for him, made him go a little bit wider than he wanted to, and then had enough East Lincoln defender to come up and help make the stop on the sideline.
And that's going to bring up, Paul, a big 3rd and 7 from the Crest 45-yard line. Crest leads at 7-0.
Yeah, last time Crest was in a tough situation. Well, they got a touchdown out of it on a big 3rd down. Let's see what they're going to do here. Can they keep the offense on the field? Hamrick in trouble, and he slips, and then they tackle him, and he is down back at the 38-yard line.
And East Lincoln crowd fired up after that, tried to cut in, had some pressure, and they brought the pressure that time. Not able to get the ball downfield, and that's a big turnaround right there as the Chargers had a chance to get some momentum and maybe go down and make it a 2-possession lead. That was a quick 3 and out, and here comes Carson Greer to have to punt it away.
Yeah, time for another Big E, the Upstate Carolina's complete entertainment center, including that movie theater, a Big E punt of the pigskin. And awaiting an opportunity for a possible return is Davis Beam, who also plays wide receiver. But the special teams quickly down the field. The ball, though, is going to end up being in an excellent position for East Lincoln. It would not go beyond the 34, maybe 33-yard line. That's where East Lincoln will go back on offense.
High Brighton leading Stuart Kramer in 4A 7-0 in the 4A West. Shelby still 7-0 over Mount Airy. In the 7A, Weddington already up on Lake Norman 21-0. Grimsley 21-6 over Jack Britt. Reagan Mooresville tied 10-10. Independence and Richmond County are also Independence leading Richmond County 20-3.
All right, our second chance to look at Grant Lawless and this offense, keeping it on the ground again, and they give it to
the big man. Yeah.
Yep, I believe they went to McLean again. Short gain, but good enough to get him. Well, they'll give it up. They'll pick up 3 to the 36.
Yeah, it'll be 2nd and 7. Monroe and South Point. South Point is now tied at 14-14 in that game. J.M. Robinson 13-6 over Oak Grove now.
And here we go again, and running again right at the head of this Crest defense, and this is going to be a gain to the 39 after McLean runs it again.
And I like how the Crest defense is holding up so far. They're doing a really good job at the point of attack there, just limiting to 2- and 3-yard runs. Crest will live with that all night.
Yeah, you can't get baited, though, setting up maybe a long pass play here, guys.
3rd down and 5.
Listen to this crowd.
Big crowd here tonight, as you would expect, for these two marvelous teams. Quarterback keeper, and it will be just enough for the first down as Lawless gets it done.
Yeah, he broke a tackle. There was a charger there, Paul, and he actually had a shot to stop him from getting the first down. And look, they're going fast, Paul, from their own 44. two backs this time.
After their first down of the game, they go right back at it again, and they found some running room, a hole, and it is our first time to see Caden Hutchinson run the ball, and he's close to midfield.
That was really fast. I haven't seen a team go that fast all year. And here they are back into the ball already again.
Yep, trying to wear the Chargers out, and they're going right on the ground. And
another handoff.
And there's Hutchins again, Paul, breaking tackles. They had a shot at him, but he's going to get 4 or 5 yards and bring up a 3rd and 1. And Chargers are going to have to quickly get guys in and out when they can because East Lincoln is trying to play really fast.
You see what they want to do. They want to run the football. You can see it from the opening tip that they really try to establish the run, and I continue to see if they can wear Crest down in the third and fourth quarters.
After the second Meepablito first down, they will go again to the run.
He didn't get it.
Good
He's going to lose yards, Paul. It's going to be 4th and 4, but this time you're in Crest territory, and I would not be surprised here if they do not go for it at the 49. It's a big risk, Paul and JB, but 4th and 4 at the Crest 49, and the offense is staying on the field. Big play early in this game.
Let's see if they keep it in the hands of Grant Lawless right here. He had a great run just a minute ago, a pretty fast kid. I tell you what, Crest is doing a good job with a big back for East Lincoln. And East Lincoln, I'm surprised they hadn't used more speed backs in this game so far.
Grant Lawless talking to the coaching staff along the sideline, goes up behind his center. Now he gets back in the shotgun position. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. They're going to go to the ground again.
He's not going to get it.
No.
Play.
Down at the 50, and Crest will take over on downs.
Big number 64, Paul. Let's give him his credit on that. And we are talking about big Carmelo Fuller. He said, no way, JB, and he grabbed him. Delayed handoff, a risky call there, I think, for East Lincoln.
Yeah, absolutely risky there because we just talked about it, how slow the back for East Lincoln seems to start moving the ball, and that really got the Crest defense fired up. They were able to stop him. There was no way he was getting out of the tackles of the Crest defense.
Paul, this is a big possession. You got a chance to really put East Lincoln a little bit of a hole early, 1st and 10 from midfield.
Crest goes back to work. A fake to Black, a quarterback keeper running hard is Eli Hamrick. He's inside the 45 down at the East Lincoln 44.
Yep, and now one thing to remember, guys, about East Lincoln, they do have a lot of guys that play both ways, a lot more than Crest. As this game goes on tonight, gentlemen, that's something we're going to keep an eye on. Nice 6-yard run from the senior quarterback there, Eli Hamrick.
We have gone under the 2-minute mark, 1:50 to go in the first quarter, and on the Fountain Electric scoreboard, or excuse me, the Fountain Electric scoreboard, so many sponsors, it is 7-0 Crest.
Looks like Jason Black is back there with Hamrick on this play, Paul, 2nd and 4.
Yeah, good to see him returning for the first time tonight in a long time. Quarterback keeper again, though, coming to the near side of the field, across the 40, 35.
He just ran over a player.
Runs over a player. Now his helmet comes off.
Yeah, I hope he's all right.
And it's some shoving going on at the end of that play. It is getting physical. I hope Eli Hamrick's okay.
He's got to come out of play. Yeah. I tell you one thing, Paul, he just shoved the East Lincoln defender about 3 yards, but right after that, he took a shot, and his helmet went flying over there near Trey Albright. And, JB, you're talking about some heavy hitting there.
Yeah, absolutely. Eli Hamrick said he was taking no junk from the East Lincoln defense there. Just gave him a forearm shiver and kept going down the sideline there. Good job, good run. Let's see what Crest can do now here on offense with him out of the game.
Melton, Paul.
Here we go. And Brock Melton's had to come in, and he will just run it out of bounds as he's running along the Crest sideline. And he is taking it, ladies and gentlemen, to the East Lincoln, I think about 23-yard line.
Yeah, it's going to bring up a 2nd and 5 from that point as Hamrick had to come out after losing his helmet, and he is back in the game now. But it will be 2nd and 5 for the Chargers.
1:05 to go. Here's a quick pass out in the flat. Michael Edwards breaks a tackle. He won't break the next one, and they'll take him out at the 18-yard line.
He's going to be about a yard short, Jonathan, to that first down. And let's see. We'll see Crest with a power set here. And, you know, a lot of their power set has just been Eli running the ball. But, hey, when you're 6'5", you can get away with that.
Yeah, he seems to be doing a pretty good job of it so far tonight. Let's see what they decide to do right here. But, you know, really, they're in 2-down territory. They got to go and put some points on the scoreboard. So if they don't get it on 3rd down, I expect they'll go for it on 4th anyways.
It is 3rd and 1, Paul. They're going to spot it at the 19. Crest 7-0 lead. 58 seconds first quarter, and a power set this time.
Yeah, we got all kind of people in the backfield, including Gamble.
Oh,
Somebody just jumped offside.
Yep.
We've got penalty flags.
and it's little things like that when you get in the third round against an elite team that can cost you. So what was a 3rd and 1, now is a 3rd and 6, and really the first mental mistake of the night for this Crest offense.
The right tackle just jumped. They let her back Crest up 5 yards there. Instead of that 3rd and 1, that'd be 3rd and 6 coming up for the Crest offense.
That's a CSI Mechanical penalty flag. Shelby's family-owned full-service heating, AC, and commercial refrigeration business. See what the Chargers want to do. They're all bundled up again in this package of the backfield. Here's a pass.
He's got a man wide open.
Inside the 20.
Pettis, Paul.
Pettis to the 10-yard line, maybe to about the 9, and he's down.
Lyric Pettis just ran out of a tight set, and it's nice to have a young man that can come in and make catches. He's done it through his whole career, can play both ways, and it is going to be 1st and goal. A couple of 5A updates on scores. Monroe leads South Point now 21-14. Hickory over Franklin 20-0, and Robinson over Oak Grove 20-6. Those are all, of course, second quarter scores.
We just had another Mi Pablito first down for Crest from the 9. Here's a pitch coming near side of the flag. Can he cut the corner? 5. Goal line. It is a made new Crest touchdown.
Jason Black, I believe, Paul. Yes, sir.
Welcome back, Jason Black.
And welcome back, Jason Black. And JB, they completely won the line of scrimmage there.
They absolutely did. They just cleared out the left side of the East Lincoln defense. Jason Black making his speed a factor, hit or not, run it all the way for a touchdown.
Carson Greer, after East Lincoln went for it at midfield, they didn't get it. We thought it was a risky call. Crest goes down and makes them pay. Here's Carson Greer. There's a snap. Kick is up, and the kick is perfect. Kickstart your vehicle's health with Fountain Electric's Fountain Auto. On the Fountain Electric scoreboard, it's now Crest 14, East Lincoln nothing. This is KTCBroadcasting.com.
Help! Help! He's back in town.
Yeah, I'm back in town, and this town is going down. It's me, Clint Eatswood, and I can't be stopped. I eat all the wood I see, and there's nothing you can do.
Someone call H&H Pest Control. They'll stop Clint Eatswood.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Stop Clint Eatswood before he destroys your home. Call H&H Pest Control and Waterproofing at 704-482-2847. Online at hhpci.com.
Let's quickly give you the Lovebirds Pizza. All the pizzas made fresh with that signature Southern-style fried pizza dough. The scoring summary by Lovebirds Pizza. The Crest Chargers started at their own 33. They go 12 plays, which means, of course, they go 67 yards, and it wrapped up with a Jason Black 9-yard touchdown. Here is the Jammin' Jay's kickoff, and again, yes, Carson Greer will send this one into the back of the end zone. No chance for a return by Tyson Maggs, who is one of the big-time wide receivers for East Lincoln as well.
Brevard has taken a 7-0 lead on the Burns Bulldogs. Pisgah leading Mount Pleasant 7-0. Big thanks to Andrew Stevens listening to us in Goldsboro down in eastern North Carolina. He let us know Eastern Wayne up over Reedsville 10-7 after one quarter.
We got listeners and friends and family all over the place tuning in on a big night of playoff football. Crest now with a 14-0 lead on the Fountain Electric scoreboard over East Lincoln. East Lincoln goes back on offense third time tonight. They want to go to the run again and trying to go up the middle against Crest, and it looks like it'll be McLean again who's going to have to fight for a yard or two.
And that's going to wrap up this first quarter. We asked the question, ladies and gentlemen, when this game started, could Crest continue that hot start they have had over the last 3 or 4 weeks? Well, yes, one quarter in the books, and it's the Crest Chargers 14, the East Lincoln Mustangs nothing. A trip to the state quarterfinals on the line, Paul. Great start for the Chargers.
Fountain Electric scoreboard. We go to the second quarter when we come back. 14-0, Crest leading on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Yes, Cleveland and Rutherford counties, there's a mobile home supply store here for you. That's H&M Industries between Shelby and Forest City, right off Highway 74 West. No matter what you need, mobile home doors, windows, tubs, showers, roofing, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, hardware, and more. Anything. See H&M Industries for your mobile home supplies. Located at 3931 Sunset Boulevard, Shelby, off Highway 74 West. Online at hmiindustries.com. Call 704-434-9900. Like them on Facebook, too. To get that high grass cut down, you need an attack cat. Like a new Bobcat mower from Hojo Outdoor Power in Shelby. Jump on that grass with a new Bobcat. Come check out their line of Bobcat zero-turn mowers with financing at 0% for up to 48 months. There's nothing like a Bobcat. From Hojo Outdoor Power, 110 Grigg Street off South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Online at hojopower.com. Like them on Facebook, too.
We're back live on 92.9 FM tonight, WCSL, as well as KTC Broadcasting. We begin the second quarter. Crest and East Lincoln, quarterback's in all kind of trouble. He's finally just going to give it to one of his running backs in the backfield. He couldn't find anybody to throw it to. That is a messed up play, and they're lucky to get back to around the 20-yard line.
Paul Lawless was about to go down, and he just tossed it to the running back.
Man.
And they lost 2 or 3 yards, maybe 2. It's going to be 3rd and 12 from, they're going to spot it at their own 18-yard line. Mountain Heritage over Lincoln at 8-0. Shelby now 14-7 over Mount Airy, second quarter.
Grant Lawless has not come alive in the passing game yet. This one.
Oh, he dropped it.
Yeah, dropped. The intended receiver was the talented Dollar at the 15-yard line, and he was going to get ready to take a hit, and I don't know.
Yeah, I tell you, and Dollar has had a phenomenal year, JB, but I tell you, he didn't look like he wanted to be hit on that play, to be honest with you.
I don't blame him because the Crest defenders will really have a beat on him there, and he knew if he was going to catch that ball, he was going to either probably get down right there or he's going to fumble the ball. So, you know, right now, East Lincoln offense, they are really looking like they're in trouble against the Crest defense so far.
I tell you, Paul, you're talking about Dollar. We mentioned close to over 1,100 yards receiving on this season.
Dollar, by the way, is now punting the ball as well. And there is the Big E punt of the pigskin. Taking his time. Everybody get out of the way.
Yeah, if I'm Crest, I'll let it roll here.
Yeah, they're
Good kick.
Yeah, excellent punt. It's going to roll inside the 35, down at around the 32 or 33-yard line. Welcome into the Utility Tree Service second quarter, providing free quotes. You can visit their Facebook page. And I'll also want to mention that tonight's playoff broadcast of Crest Chargers football presented in part by Terry and Betsy Beeson, dedicated to the players and coaches who continue representing the green and gold. Go Chargers from the Beesons.
Shelby Mount Airy winner will take on Eastern Randolph Walkertown winner. Walkertown up 8-7. First half in that game, North Stanley over West Davidson 7-0. These are 3A West scores as we talked about. And Paul, the Chargers up 14-0. Again, great field position starting from their own 32.
Yeah, a lot of people are wondering if this would be just a night of back-and-forth touchdowns between these two passing attacks, but only one team has made it happen in the end zone so far. Crest wide open, making the catch at the 38 and then falling to the 40. Thompson could have got more, and you're right, Tim. Thompson gets Crest on the gain to the 40.
One thing I noticed, Jonathan, and I know you saw it too, just how quickly Thompson got away from his defender that time to get open. Speed there was big.
Yeah, speed. You can tell that Crest, from the start, to me, Crest has got more speed on the field than East Lincoln does. And I love the play call there. They get in there, playmakers out in space. Eli Hammer's doing a good job recognizing that and just throwing to the open man. And Crest really looks like they're rolling pretty well on offense so far.
Second 2 from the 40.
They're going to go to the run, running to the near side. Jason Black busts away from the tackle. Let's see if they give him the forward progress. They're still shoving him around.
Yeah, and you got to watch it. A little shoving going on way after the whistle. I think he got the first down personally. He is right at that marker, and you got to watch that shoving and pushing. And it is a first down, and kudos to Jason Black, Paul, who, remember, has only had about 3 days of practice since coming back.
You're right. You got to watch that push in Sherman because you're up 14-0 right now if you're Crest. You don't want to make a big mistake, put your team in a hole, especially when you have the lead. You have really right now East Lincoln on the road.
Yeah, and a lot of times it's the second push or shove that happens that gets that 15-yarder.
By the way, that is the 7th Me Pablito first down of the game. Only one for East Lincoln, the 7th for Crest. Remember, you can order your favorites ahead of time. No huddle required. Order at mepubs.com. Hamrick's got time. He's going to go deep.
He's got a man open.
And it's going to be out of his reach at the 10-yard line. Incomplete.
Mike Edwards was open, but he led him just a little too far. And give East Lincoln credit, the secondary there really cut down and got a little bit of pressure right at the end of it. They went for a big shot.
Looks like they have a penalty flag on the play, too.
Yeah, they're going to call a hold as well. So you're talking about a play that didn't go so well. It's a 10-yard holding penalty. It's 1st and 20 now, back to the Crest 32-yard line.
A reminder that we'll send JB down along the sidelines for the Cleveland Community College sideline interview. He'll catch Coach Greg Lloyd to get his thoughts about the first half right before we get into our halftime festivities tonight. So after the big loss puts the Chargers back, a 10-yard penalty to the 32. They're going to go back to the run. Jason Black again. He'll get us back to the Crest 40, maybe 41-yard line.
Remember, Paul, Jason Black did not play in that Ashbrook game. I really believe if he would have played that night, that whole outcome could have been a little different. But at the same time, remember, ladies and gentlemen, Crest got off to this kind of start against Ashbrook. And we remember, you've got to continue to put that foot on the gas right now, and it's still early in this game. It's 2nd and 12 now from the 40.
Yeah, you better believe it. I see Romeo Sanders, who was the big player in last week's game, lined up on the far side of the field in the wideout position. Looking, Hammer's got good blocking, and wide open and dropping it is Thompson.
And we've seen that at times this year, Paul, and I think Thompson was already thinking about how wide open he was, JB, because if he catches that, he's got a good chance to get downfield and get a first down.
Yeah, he'll be able to turn around and get right towards the sticks there. East Lincoln was backed off in their secondary covers there. But what I've noticed on that play, how well is the Crest offensive line blocking so far?
Yeah.
I mean, on those passing plays, they have really sealed the East Lincoln defense off. It's said when East Lincoln's bringing 8 players.
That's a good point, JB. This is a big play for Crest. It is 3rd and 12 from their own 40. They're trying to get to Hamrick. He's going to go over the middle. Jason Black, the intended receiver, can't bring it in double coverage at the 35 of East Lincoln.
Yep, and I tell you, 2 plays there, Paul. Obviously, the penalty hurt Crest on that drive, and that drop. 2 big plays when you had a chance to maybe go down and extend this 14-0 lead. But good job by East Lincoln as well to knock that pass away, and here comes the Chargers punting for the second time in this first half.
Yeah, what I didn't see on East Lincoln on that time on defense, I didn't see them bringing the blitz as much. I guess that penalty, they didn't really have to. That's probably why they backed off on that.
Time for Carson Greer, and the Big E punt of the pigskin. Hoping for a return is Beam. He'll call for the fair catch as Crest is getting right on top of him, and they will go on offense. That's East Lincoln. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Paul, that is Davis Beam, and, of course, folks in Cleveland County know his father well. He's a part of this staff. Of course, Matt Beam, a longtime Burns head coach, had a lot of success there. Of course, he was on the staff when they won that state title 3 years ago. High Brighton leading Stuart Kramer 7-3, and the 4A ranks 21-20 now. Monroe over South Point, second quarter.
Got a heck of a game going on over there in Belmont tonight. Crest leading 14-0, 8:46 to go until halftime. East Lincoln back on offense. Looking over the middle slant. Did he bring it in?
Yes,
I believe
he
did. That's one of their biggest plays of the night. There goes Davis Beam, who you were just talking about, to the 43-yard line.
And they went down the middle of the field, and Paul, and we got a Charger that's down on the field in some pain, and that is A.J. Davis, who's hurt around the 30. Beam brought it in, and, you think about a great offense. An offense, JB, as we mentioned, that scored 28 or more in all 11 games. You're not going to hold them down the whole game. I think that's why for East Lincoln that was a big stop just a minute ago.
Yeah, it really was a big stop for East Lincoln. They're down 14-0 in the hole there. They need to get the ball back to their offense and start sustaining some drives there. And that was a good play on first down there. An excellent catch by Beam right there. He really extended to be able to grab that and just popped up like it was nothing. So we'll see if that can get East Lincoln going right here. But Crest, so far, doing a good job defensively and holding up. So.
All right, we'll take a quick break. It's KTC Broadcasting.
It's tailgate season, football fans, and at Ingles, that means it's grilling season. I mean, the grill is basically shaped like a stadium. A meat stadium. Those grill grates, kind of like yard markers. The sizzle of those delicious steaks, burgers, and dogs. The roar of the crowd. So, who's hungry for some good old-fashioned tailgate food? And a hometown victory? I know I am. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
We come right back. The injured player, A.J., is on the sideline. We hope he'll be okay. I see him, looks to be in pretty good shape walking on his own. Fake. Quarterback, does he want to throw the ball? Here's a pitch play.
That ball hit the ground, Paul.
It sure did. It is incomplete. Good job by the official to catch that.
East Lincoln didn't think so. McLean certainly didn't think so as he pitched a fit after it was caught on the ground, but the whole coaching staff right in front of it. And that's one thing that I heard this week, guys, about Lawless. He can manufacture that. He looked like he was going to be sacked twice, able just to literally push that ball, JB, but he couldn't get quite enough on it.
Yeah, he was trying to give assist to somebody running down the basketball court. Unfortunately, this is football there, and the football happened to hit the turf right there for East Lincoln there. So now 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs.
8:25 to go in the second quarter. Crest leads 14-0 so far. They'll go back to the running game. It's a quarterback keeper, and he's just going to throw the ball way right into the East Lincoln stand.
I'd see one thing about Lawless, Paul, that I've noticed. He doesn't seem to want to get sacked, and there's some discussion about grounding here.
Yes.
And I think it's legit because there was nobody anywhere near that football. I thought it should have been grounding, and the fans thought it should have been too, but they did not call a penalty. I guess there was a receiver close enough.
Well, there was the people around it. It happened to be in the 6th row of the East Lincoln stands right there. So.
Yeah, I tell you, that certainly could have been called there, JB. And if it would have been, you'd have been talking about a 3rd and 25 here instead of a 3rd and 10.
Listen at this crowd getting loud for the Chargers on defense. 3rd and 10 facing QB Lawless and the East Lincoln offense. Quarterback throws it. And
he's intercepted.
Intercepted at the 41-yard line.
It sure looked like it to me. They're going to have a long discussion about it.
It'll be Hopper if he got on top of it. The officials are still discussing.
No, they're going to say it hit the ground, and there's no way that side judge, Paul, saw that play. The back judge apparently did, but there's no way the side judge who came in and overruled that. But nonetheless, it's 4th down.
Yeah, the good news is Crest, again, is making Lawless uncomfortable. He's throwing the ball to dangerous places. That was so close to being an interception.
He's throwing a lot of sidearm passes, too. And obviously you can tell by he's doing that because they're not really accurate passes. And a Wake Forest commit, you know he can throw the ball. And throwing like that's not going to be successful against a great Crest defense.
Time for the Big E punt of the pigskin. Again, Crest hanging on to a 14-0 lead in this 3rd-round playoff game so far. East Lincoln's 10-1, by the way. And there is the kick from Dollar. And Crest, again, will not be able to get a chance. Look at it roll all the way down to about the 5-yard line. And was the ball touched by anybody?
No, it was not. And East Lincoln thought it was, and they threw the ball in the air. And where's the penalty there, Paul? Right in front of the official, just slung the ball right up in the air.
East Lincoln is trying everything they can to get in position.
Just screaming at the official and threw the ball straight up in the air. Very fortunate they didn't get 15 yards there.
So the Chargers will go back on offense, but this is their worst starting position of the night, and this is a dangerous place to be. You have got to be careful. It's going to be 1st and 10 at their own 5-yard line.
Yeah, great punt, and I tell you, Dollar's got a heck of a leg. You know, he can do so many great things. He's even a great basketball player, I understand, as well. Great athlete.
Yeah, I'm interested to see why the Crest special teams player decided to get around that ball.
Yeah, why would you get anywhere near that ball, JB? That's just crazy.
He almost got pushed into the ball. I think that's what really happened. They was trying to push him into the ball.
Yeah, some of the fans are upset, and Greg Lloyd is very upset. He's upset, Paul, because he said the East Lincoln, again, threw the ball right down in front of the official, and nothing was called.
Now if you're Crest, you go over the top, try the big play right here.
Going to have to be careful. You do not want a turnover this deep in your own territory. They're going to come out with the quarterback keeper and running hard and only to about the 8-yard line before they push Eli Hamrick backwards.
Yeah, but at least he got some yards and got out of the shadow of the end zone up to maybe as you said, Paul, the 8 or 9. Burns has tied it in Brevard. It's 7-7. In that game, Maiden leads Newton Conover 8-0. Pisgah leading Mount Pleasant 7-6. Those are 4A West games.
A lot of good games tonight.
Yeah, and good to see Burns is hanging in there with a very good Brevard team so far in the playoffs tonight as well. 2nd down and 5 after the quarterback keeper a while ago by Hamrick. Quick pass out in the flat. Caught to the 10. Thompson to the 15. Still on his feet as he jumps across the 20. And that'll be a Mi Pablito first down.
And here comes a flag way after the play, Paul, thrown by the head official.
Yeah, this will be interesting to see what this is about.
And I think they may bring this one back, as that was when Thompson was breaking loose. Here come a penalty.
Yeah, I think it is going to work against Crest.
And now, unless it's a hold, it may looks like it'll bring it back. And I tell you, this could really flip the field quickly if Crest continues to move back with a couple penalties. And I tell you, our statistician's not happy down there, Trey Albright, who was right in front of that play. And they've yet to make the call.
Long discussion by the officials there. Just interested what this call would be, but great second effort by the Crest wide receiver there. This would wipe out a big first down for him.
Greg Lloyd's not happy, and neither are the fans at this point. They still hadn't made a call. They're going to call personal foul on Crest, and I don't know what the call is. Some kind of a
bear hug, looks like.
Some kind of late personal foul on Crest. It's going to move it all the way back inside to the 4-yard line on this call, Paul. 2nd and 9.
I watched a lot of football. I've never seen that call from the official. I don't exactly know what
I thought it might, is that a hold of some kind? Maybe?
I don't know. I really never seen that.
CSI Mechanical penalty flag, by the way, Shelby's family-owned full-service heating, air conditioning, and also commercial refrigeration business. Crest Chargers, and back in the shotgun goes the QB. Got to be careful here. He's trying to throw it out of the end zone. Going to let it fly. Getting in position, going up in the air, getting at the 20.
That's Edwards' ball.
35, 40, across the 45, across the...
He's still with it. Move.
He's to the 45 of East Lincoln. He'll finally take it out of bounds at the East Lincoln 42-yard line.
Yeah, and he had a few words to say to the faithful that made the way across East Lincoln. We've got an injured player that may have a cramp. What a play by Edwards, and I'm a little concerned, Paul, about the East Lincoln player down at the 10-yard line, back all the way across the field.
Like he's got a bad cramp going on. It's their big defensive tackle has been in the game for most of their defensive plays. They're trying to get it worked out.
And what about the time, guys, both JB and Paul, that Eli had in the end zone there? That, again, goes back to that offensive line.
The offensive line right now is really controlling the East defensive line, giving Eli Hammer the time to – and what a pass that was down the left-hand side of the field there, an adjustment by the wide receiver, a great pass and catch.
Good to see that the player is up and okay. And, Paul, I want to let you know Shelby up 27-7 now on Mount Airy. What about this Shelby offense? It looks a well-oiled machine right now in the 3A West.
I want to take a moment to remind you, after that well over 60-yard pass play from Crest, that tonight's game is presented by American Restoration. They're also your timeout sponsors. When we hear get a timeout tonight, American Restoration has been serving the community since 1971. They're not a franchise, locally owned and operated. 3 locations, including one in Shelby and Hickory. 24/7 service, and North and South Carolina services include water damage restoration, fire damage, duct cleaning, and more. Online at amrest.com. American Restoration.
Paul, it's going to be spotted at the East Lincoln 44, 1st and 10.
Back to work we go. Here's a handoff, and
Gamble
will get a short gain to just shy of the 40, about 3 yards at least.
That was such a huge play for a lot of reasons. Obviously, it was a monster offensive play, but it got you out of the shadow of your offense. And think about this, JB, 6.5 minutes ago, you got a chance. You got a chance going late in the first half to have a 3-possession lead on this explosive offense. This is a big drive right now for the Crest Chargers.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I love the play call there on first down there with the East Lincoln defensive tackle out of the game, trying to test, see if they're still strong in the middle, and try to run a little football a little bit.
All right, let's see what they want to do here. Hamrick's got time, running out of the pocket now, looking. He better just take off and run. He breaks the tackle. He makes his way just across the 35-yard line.
Yeah, but he had his T-shirt ripped apart, and he's going to be close to the first down. He's going to be about 2 yards short. It'll be 3rd and about 2. And great effort there by Eli Hamrick. There was absolutely nobody open downfield. Eli just used his legs. And it will be 3rd down and 2 from the 35 of East Lincoln. We got to stop at your play.
Yeah, we just had one of those American Restoration
We got
timeouts.
an injury.
We got with the injury timeout, we'll go ahead and say that's for American Restoration, and we'll hear from some of our sponsors as well. We're down to just over 6 minutes to go in the second quarter, and on the Fountain Electric scoreboard, Crest with a 14-0 lead. This is KTC.
With a rich history spanning nearly 100 years, James River Equipment is known for its deep-rooted partnership with the iconic John Deere brand. From large-scale farming to residential mowing, James River delivers the right equipment for every task with a focus on quality, reliability, and affordability. Bring your outdoor spaces to life and choose the brand that understands your world. James River Equipment, Visit JamesRiverEquipment.com to find the location nearest you. James River delivers.
The Drive into Fall event is underway at Marburger Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Shelby, putting performance in your hands. Just announced, finance and get 0% APR for 72 months or $7,750 retail cash allowance toward the purchase of a brand new 2025 Dodge Charger Daytona. For details, see Marburger Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 1310 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby during the Drive into Fall event.
We come back and welcome in. This is the second quarter presented by Utility Tree Service, where Chargers were better. And Tim, the injured player who is limping with help off the field, is a key player, sadly, for East Lincoln.
That's Caleb Offer, who is a key two-way player, great receiver and a D-back, and he's in a lot of pain on that left leg as he's being helped to the East Lincoln sideline. When play returns, ladies and gentlemen, it'll be 3rd and 2 for the Chargers at the East Lincoln 35. Great to have you listening tonight, whether it's by way of radio on WCSL or, of course, our streaming broadcast on KTCBroadcasting.com. Big thanks to all of our sponsors that have been with us all season long and during this playoff run. Here we go, Paul. Going quick.
Yep, they're getting into a heavy package and then backing up. There goes Eli back.
And East Lincoln jumped off sides.
Yep, they couldn't handle that play, and it's going to work for a CSI mechanical penalty.
And now they're saying the side judge is claiming it was on Crest. And it was obvious that the East Lincoln player jumped in the neutral zone that time, big time. Did I see something wrong there, JB? Maybe I was wrong on that.
A lot of confusion going on down there at the field. But here's the problem I have with it. The officials called something. Call what you saw, because now they're getting together and they're discussing it again.
Yeah.
So this is like the third time they've done that tonight.
Yeah, this is getting a little bit concerning because we're in the third round of the playoffs, and you don't like to see officials having to have a big meeting.
They don't know what they called. Yeah, JB's right. I mean, they knew what they called initially, but then there's 3 other guys that seem to be confused about it.
I think at that point I wave off the flag and be 3rd and 2 and wind the clock again.
Well, we saw Crest, and we've seen them do this, ladies and gentlemen, where they will switch their offensive line. There was no doubt an East Lincoln player jumped into the neutral zone. Greg Lloyd is having a complete cow right now with the head coach, Greg Lloyd, and they will get it right. And that's a right call. Now, a lot of people may not agree with that. And a lot of people don't like that play, JB. It's kind of like the tush push, but nobody from Crest ever jumped off sides there. They just moved.
Yeah, and that's their prerogative, what they want to do. They just want to get back in another formation there, and that's smart on Crest offense, is not show East Lincoln defense what look they're going to have. So.
All right, well, we got a first down after that penalty for Crest, by the way. Another Mi Pablito, and to Gamble, he's running hard right between the hash marks to at least the 25.
I think he's going to get inside the 25, maybe his best run of the night, 6 or 7 yards for the junior running back, Malachi Gamble. They'll spot it at the East Lincoln 24. Crest Chargers have got a chance to extend. They've got a 14-0 lead.
I love the play calls because
East
Lincoln defense has at least 2 starters that's on the sidelines right now, and they're really testing that defensive line at East Lincoln. They're doing a good job so far.
I've got Crest unofficially now with 9 first downs in this game. East Lincoln only 1. Going towards the end zone, and it is batted away.
Defense.
Thompson was the intended receiver in the end zone, but you got to give East Lincoln credit getting a hand on that football.
He had him, but I tell you, East Lincoln was there the whole way, and a great job by their DB to knock that away from Thompson, who was initially open in the back of the end zone. And that's going to bring up a big 3rd down and 4 from the 24. One thing you don't want to come away with this time, JB, or in this position, not have some kind of points added to this 14-0 lead.
I agree. Almost like you maybe want to kick the football and try to kick a field if you don't convert on the 3rd downs.
3rd and 4 for Crest. And again, the movement, 1 minute under center, back to the shotgun under center. And here we go, Gamble. They're going to read that one well. It is going to produce no yardage on that run.
And it's going to be 4th down and a long. He might have got a yard, but it's going to be a 4th and a long 3. And a big play in this game. We've already seen the Chargers a little bit early in the game convert on one. They'll keep the offense on the field. 4th and 3, a big play in this game. Again, Crest with a chance to really do some damage here.
We got several big guys in the backfield, including Paxton Dobbins, by the way, now. He's there for some blocking as well. Maybe he'll get the ball. I'm not sure. What are they going to do? Hambrick trying to pull the defense
They're going to call a timeout.
offside.
Think about it, yep. Coach Greg Lloyd calls a timeout.
We've got an American Restoration timeout. We'll take it as well on the Fountain Electric scoreboard. 4:44 to go until halftime. It's still Crest leading 14-0 on KTC Broadcasting.
Who's the full-service insurance agency that can process all types of insurance? The answer, Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance Agency. They represent over 20 major insurance carriers, quality and top names like Auto Owners, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Liberty Mutual, and Travelers. Maxwell B. Hamrick, dedicated to its customers just like they've been since the 1950s, and also dedicated to Cleveland County high school football. Offices in Shelby and Boiling Springs. Manager Bill Daves invites you by.
Okay, out of the timeout, we come back to the utility tree service second quarter. If you're just tuning in tonight on 92.9 FM, spread the word, by the way, or on streaming right now, KTC Broadcasting, YouTube. Crest still with a 14-0 lead. The question is, since they're back in the red zone of East Lincoln, can they score one more time before halftime? Right now, though, they got a big play coming up right here because it's fourth down. They need 3. Here's a snap and a Wildcat running to the outside corner. He's inside the 15. Michael Edwards takes it to the house for the Babe New touchdown.
It was a trick play all the way, JB and Paul, because it looked like it was going to go to Eli Hamrick in the Wildcat, and at the last minute, Jonathan, we saw Edwards shoot in there, went to him, and boy, is the sideline of Crest fired up.
Yeah, one thing you saw from him was a lot of speed, and he busted that corner, and you could see when he rounded that corner out there, the end zone was in his future there, and what a great run by Crest there. What a big call there on 4th and 3 to be able to convert for a touchdown.
If you're going to win a championship, you got to convert on 4th down. Here's Carson for the Chargers. Snap is down. Kick is up. 3 for 3, Carson Greer. Be ready when the next big storm hits with proper lighting and surge protection by Fountain Electric. Unbelievable. It's Crest 21, East Lincoln nothing, and we're right back on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Need to feed the whole team? Mi Pablito caters events from 20 to 400 people. Choose from 3 amazing Mexican food bars, and everyone gets to build their own. Hungry for something different? Mi Pablito's new across-the-border menu is bringing big, authentic flavor, like our sizzling Malcajete, served in a volcano rock bowl and packed with flavor to share. Located in Uptown Shelby, Mi Pablito, where flavor knows no boundaries.
You guys having a party too?
Yeah, just having some friends over for the game. Is that safe?
More plugs, more power.
You're all ready for the game. 4 new outlets, all with USB, and the projector's hooked up to a new dedicated line.
Oh, heck no.
What happened to the game? He likes to do it all himself, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's Bob Malarkey.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
We come right back. The Jam and Jay's kickoff. East Lincoln taking it around the 5, making a move 15 to about the 20. That'll be it on the return this time by Tyson Maggs of East Lincoln. Guys, listen to this right quick on the latest scoring recap by Lovebirds Pizza. Reminder, all the pizzas are made fresh on that signature Southern-style fried pizza dough. Crest just went 10 plays. Remember where they started? Their own 5. 95 yards, 10 plays, and it wrapped up on the Wildcat to Michael Edwards of 24 yards. How impressive was that?
Tremendously impressive. What a drive for the Crest Chargers to get a 21-0 lead now on East Lincoln.
East Lincoln, seeing if they can get something going with 4:33 left until halftime. And back going to work, of course, is Grant Lawless, the QB. A pump fake, slant over the middle, got his man. 30, making a move to the 34.
That's Dollar.
Yep. The
big man.
Yeah, let's remind everybody, coming into tonight, Dollar, 48 receptions, 1,104 yards, 19 touchdowns, and he can add that to his totals right there.
Tremendous play. We hadn't seen Dollar hit the middle of that Crest defense. He did it there.
They're going to keep it on the ground here and back to McLean, and he will get a short gain to the 37.
Yeah, but you're happy right now if they're running the ball with a 21-0 lead. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is an East Lincoln squad that came in this year in all 11 of their games, 10-1. They scored 28 or more points so far. With under 4 minutes to go in this first half, they've been shut out. Certainly they could strike quick. They can get back in this game quick, but this Crest defense has played well early.
Lawless remains in the shotgun formation. two receivers to the near side, one to the far side, one running back in the backfield. One to go to the air, going deep downfield in tight coverage. Dollar, and they're going to call a interference. We've got a flag.
Why is it being called all the way on the other side of the field?
I agree. I do not like where they called that penalty. Let's see if it is pass interference.
Oh, it is.
It's got to be, but just a very interesting call from way across the field, as you mentioned there, Tim.
Well, especially when the official was right there, the side judge right there, didn't throw a thing. This is going to move it into Crest territory. 15-yard pass interference. As I said, the Chargers were bumping a little bit. It will move it all the way to the Crest 47-yard line.
Well, they've not been able to do it with the big plays, guys, but you get a big penalty, and it takes you across midfield into Crest territory and gives you a Deepablito first down.
And I tell you, penalties have hurt Crest a little bit. Even though they played a great first half, they've had a couple of big 15-yarders.
Let's see what they want to do here. And it is a quarterback keeper. Lawless doesn't run very often. He'll get inside the 45 to the 43 of Crest.
Yeah, I'm going to stretch that big, long, about 6'3", 6'4" frame out to get a gain of about maybe 5 on first down to the Crest 43.
Remember, JB will be talking to Greg Lloyd at halftime, get some comments on the field. He'll be heading down there very soon for that. Lawless has got plenty of time. He's going to throw the pass in the backfield, and here he comes to the 40, all the way to the 37.
Boy, he took a shot by Chris Gunter, Paul, and he's hurt. Hope everybody's all right. That was quite a collision.
That was, I believe, McLean, the running back.
They set up a screen on the other side of the field. It wasn't enough for a first down, though. So the big story, even though Crest made the big hit, East Lincoln made the big play. McLean's on the ground now.
Yeah, I think he's just a little bit blinking right now, trying to get his sight after that hard hit that he took from Crest. So play has been stopped for the injury right now.
And I tell you, if you're East Lincoln, Paul, a touchdown right before the half here and a nice drive going would get you right back in this ball game down. Crest in control right now, 21-0, but as we said, a score could change things quickly.
I want to remind you that our broadcast tonight is sponsored by Turner Trucking. They've been sponsoring the Chargers for over 50 years, providing experienced trucking services from the Carolinas to the West Coast for all your needs. Also, the playoff broadcast of Crest football, presented in part by Terry and Betsy Beeson, dedicated to the players and coaches who continue representing and wearing the green and gold. Go Chargers from the Beesons. From the shotgun, can East Lincoln get on the board before halftime? Crest up 21-0 with a running clock. We're down to 2:50 to go in our first half. Gardner-Webb University, by the way, hosts the halftime show. Wanted to go to the air.
Oh, the ball is loose. Hey, Crest, no, he's still
loose. Crest has got it.
What a play, the Chargers. Who got his hand on that? That's Christian Stowe. What a play by Stowe, Paul.
Stowe knocked it out. He couldn't get to it, but another defender did, and that is a turnover. East Lincoln was moving the football, especially after that huge penalty. They were in Crest territory, but all of it's been wiped away thanks to the Charger defense.
I tell you, Paul, I really felt like East Lincoln, the way they were running a couple of nice plays, were going to go down and score. But big Christian Stowe came from the right side of that defensive end, and he hit the big man, the big 6'3" Lawless. The ball came loose. Chargers are on it, and they've got a chance, Paul, with 2:38 to really put East Lincoln in a major hole here late in the first half.
Yeah, this could be big for Crest. Let's see what they want to do here. They're going to keep it on the ground. Jason Black. Black finds a hole. He's across midfield.
He's still on his feet.
All the way to the 44, maybe 45-yard line, I should say, of East Lincoln.
Jonathan Bland is headed down to the field. He'll get the thoughts of head coach Greg Lloyd, who's got to be very happy about what's been a dominant first half in this third-round matchup between 10-1 East Lincoln and 9-2 Crest. At the half, South Point leading Monroe 33-21. Oak Grove and J.M. Robinson 20-20 third quarter. And at the half, Hickory leading Franklin 27-0.
It's a quarterback keeper this time, running the near side of the field. A good job to tackle below the knees and get Eli Hamrick down at the 44 of East Lincoln.
Reedsville up 27-10 over Eastern Wayne. That is a matchup in the 4A East. Gain of about 4 there. It's 2nd and 6. Ashbrook at the half leading Dudley 12-7. Northern Guilford at the half over Kings Mountain 21-7. Sun Valley leading Freedom 19-7. These are 6A scores. And Watauga, Paul, the 1 seed, leading Charlotte Catholic 21-7.
That kind of surprises me.
But Watauga's 11-0, remember.
Yep, got to give them credit. And, we didn't have a chance to mention this in our pregame show, but congratulations that all 4 Cleveland County teams are still playing tonight.
Absolutely.
From the shotgun, of course, is Eli Hammer. Looks like he wants to go to the air. He's going to go deep downfield, far side of the field, and bringing it in.
He got it!
What a catch!
Surratt, how did he catch it?
Inside the 10-yard line.
Wait a minute, let me double check that. Was that it? No, that was Pluto Surratt. And we've got a flag. It's been thrown on the sideline, and I believe this may be against maybe a Crest coach, Paul. I think a couple of them had it. And Greg Lloyd is completely irate, and it may be on him. It's going to bring the ball back, but he was totally upset over the fact that they didn't call the penalty initially because Surratt was just being mugged the whole way. They're going to get a 15-yard sideline warning on the Crest sideline, Paul. They've got to calm down.
Well, yeah, we all got to calm down. But let's give, at the same time, give Pluto Surratt credit. He was covered up like he had a wet blanket over him and somehow got up into the air behind the defender and made that catch. And now it'll be 1st and 10 for Crest at what, about the 15?
Yeah, that was a 5-yard penalty. My apologies. That was moved back, so it's actually going to be around the
14.
13 or 14.
The 11th first down of the game. Here's a pitch play coming near side. Black trying to cut that corner. Black taking a tackler with him to about the 5.
And again, Paul, they're going to call a hold on the Chargers to bring this back. That's been the biggest problem with the Chargers really in the first half have been penalties. But good news, you still got 56 seconds. You got a couple of timeouts. And you're in field goal range for Carson Greer with a 21-0 lead. You got to like that.
That is a CSI mechanical penalty flag. Shelby's family-owned and full-service heating and air conditioning. Also commercial refrigeration business, our thanks to Stephen Churka.
And they're going to move this back to around the 23-yard line. And that's got to be a discussion, though, Paul, at halftime is if you're Crest, even though you've got this 3-touchdown lead, going to have to cut out these mental mistakes. 1st and about 20 now. Still get a first down inside the 5.
Here's a quick pass out in the flat. It is caught by Majay Thompson. Thompson, they're backing up, and they'll get him. They won't allow him to make forward progress. He's down at the 25.
And Crest will call a timeout with 31 seconds to go. I think they've got maybe one timeout left. And we're going to, Paul, let you know, we're going to give you a couple of scores in the 3A ranks. What about Shelby? As we mentioned, up 27-7 over Mount Airy. Eastern Randolph leading Walkertown 15-8. Mountain Heritage over Lincolnton 22-16. Paul, what about another team that we want to give some credit to on a couple of different sports, and that is Thomas Jefferson. Of course, that is a team that's in the Western 1A semifinals tonight in football, and then yesterday their soccer team won a 1A state championship. So congratulations to Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, we're very proud of that neighboring school in nearby Rutherford County. As a matter of fact, a lot of their students are from Cleveland County that attend TJ, so it's good that TJ's still around in the playoffs tonight in football, and especially that accomplishment as a champion.
And Paul, now Crest looking at a 2nd and about 21, the ball at the 24 of East Lincoln. I believe they have one timeout left, so you got to be smart. You got to think about where you're at on the field right now if you're the Chargers, and it looks like there are 3 receivers here.
Yep, all on that far side of the field, which is what we're looking at right now. Hamrick rolling out. Here comes the defense after him. He's in trouble, and he's going to throw it away and almost intercepted, but incomplete at the 22-yard. That's the first time we've seen the pressure get to him like that.
Yeah, they came from that other side that time to bring pressure, and they had Eli on the ropes there. At the half now, Paul, what about this score? Burns leading Brevard 14-13. The 1 seed is Brevard, and the Burns Bulldogs, man, have they improved this season. What a job David Devine has done.
They have got talent. You remember what a great game they played the Shelby Golden Lions. They had a chance to beat them. They didn't do so well against us, but remember that was the very first game of the season. But the Davis kid, they've got a lot of people, and they're hungry, and who knows, maybe they can pull that one off tonight.
Got to be smart here for the Chargers, Paul. 3rd and 21 from the 24.
Again, they're going with trips on the far side of the field. It's going to be a quarterback keeper instead. Look at Eli. He's got an open pocket, and he's going to take it to inside the 15 of East Lincoln.
And I think that the clock's going to stop with 17 seconds. Crest apparently doesn't have any timeouts. They're going to have to try to they're going to have to down it. They're going to let it. They're going to let it run down a little bit.
What are they going to do here? Down to 7. What are they doing?
No, they do have a timeout. What they're doing, Paul, is they don't want to give East Lincoln any time. That was the confusion. Our apologies.
I think he'll go for
the field goal. Yeah, but it's down to he didn't want to give East Lincoln any time. There was still 30 seconds when that play started, so they just let it run down to the 1.6 second mark. And you got a chance, Paul, with a Carson Greer field goal here to make this a 4-possession game.
Tonight's broadcast, your corporate sponsor of Crest Chargers playoff football on KTC Broadcasting, is Walker Woodworking, unmatched quality and innovation in custom cabinets, and also their business known as Greenbrook Design, kitchen and bath design. Discover the possibilities with Greenbrook Design and Walker Woodworking in Uptown Shelby.
Now, I'm assuming here, Paul, that Carson Greer is going to come out, and he is. Paul, one thing that I just want to pass along to you, there is a little bit of delay from our streaming to our radio, so we're going to cue JB a little differently when he gets ready for that interview here momentarily. So, Paul, this is a 30-yard field goal attempt. Here's Carson Greer to try to make this a 24-point lead going into the half. Let's see if Crest can get a good snap. Here's the snap. There's the kick from Greer. It's up, and it looks good, and it is good from 30 yards. Providing electrical services and contracting across the region at the half on the Fountain Electric scoreboard. It's Crest 24, East Lincoln nothing. And let's see if JB and he's still going to try to get the coach here.
Half so far up 24-0 over East Lincoln. What's your message to the team at halftime?
Well, we got to keep playing. It's just 1-2 quarters, 4-quarter game. They're a good team. We got to keep playing. We played good, but hey, it's just 2 quarters.
What's the things you're going to work on?
We just got to stay after it and try not to give up some big plays. Just keep moving the ball.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Okay, fine job, JB, hooking up there. We had a wonderful reception this time as well. As good to hear from Greg Lloyd. So Crest with a 24-0 lead at the half. When we come back, we move into the Gardner-Webb University halftime show of Crest Chargers football tonight on 92.9 FM WCSL, and also, of course, streaming at ktcbroadcasting.com.
I want you to love your plumbing as much as I love mine. That's why I want you to call Olmsted Plumbing for all your plumbing needs. It's fall of the year, and Olmsted Plumbing is excited about prepping for the fall season. Changing weather always triggers broken water lines and stopped up drains. It's also time to winterize your home, service your well pump system, clean your gutters, downspouts, and storm drains. For an ounce of prevention or a pound of cure, call Olmsted Plumbing for all your plumbing needs. 828-245-7302. Offices at 470 Washington Street in Forest City and now at 1204 South Post Road in Shelby.
Some people say there are doers and there are dreamers. But what's wrong with a little dreaming, especially when it's shared? With hard work, little dreams grow into big ones. At Kubota, we know that your work never stops, and we're inspired by those who dream. But our equipment is built for dreamers and doers, like you. Kubota, built for those who do.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, 126 Bessie Drive, Kings Mountain. Since 1968, Putnam Distributors in Patterson Springs has been serving this area with a full line of automotive products, including oils, transmission fluids, antifreeze, filters, chemicals, parts, and supplies for all types of automobiles and trucks, with many brands to choose from. They sell to individuals or wholesale. Just visit the walk-in counter. Putnam Distributors, 1626 Peterson Drive off Highway 180 south of Shelby. Call 704-487-9395 or visit the website at PutnamDistributors.com. Putnam Distributors in Patterson Springs, offering quality automotive parts and supplies for over 50 years.
Come see what they've rounded up at the Roundup store in Shelby. Just arrived a big new shipment of outdoor wooden furniture. See the double rockers, regular rockers, Adirondack chairs, and picnic tables too. The Roundup store has cabinets and vanities, windows and doors, and of course, those famous Roundup storage buildings and gazebos. The Roundup store, 1610 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at theroundupstoreshelby.com. Serving our area now for over 60 years. Open 8:30 till 5:30 Monday through Friday, 8:30 till noon on Saturday.
Serving the foothills for over 100 years, S&C Fuel Delivery, formerly Lutz Petroleum, is your reliable source for delivery of diesel, gasoline, propane, lubricants, and heating oil, straight to your tank. Pumps are open to the public for fill-up. Delivery available in North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, and Florida. S&C Fuel is locally family-owned and veteran-operated, committed to keeping our community running, trusted by homeowners, farms, and businesses. Office located on Oakland Road in Spindale. Schedule your next delivery with S&C Fuel at 828-286-3419. Don't wait. Get an S&R Auto Sales now for your best deal. Buy here, pay here at S&R Auto Sales in Shelby. On the lot now, you'll find a 2014 Volkswagen Jetta Sport Wagon for $11,995. Or how about a 2013 Ford F-150 truck for $19,995. And a 2010 Mazda CX-9 for $59,995. To see the complete inventory, go online at SRAutoSales.com. See Susie or Richie today at S&R Auto Sales, 417 South Post Road in Shelby. Like them on Facebook. Kias everywhere at the all-new Shelby Kia. As a matter of fact, over 250 new Kias in stock now. And best of all, get 0.9% APR financing or discounts up to $10,000. There's never been a better time to buy than right now. Credit problems? No problem. At the new Shelby Kia, come see for yourself. Over 250 new Kias in stock now. Shelby Kia, 4425 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at shelbykia.com. Experience, quality, and guaranteed service. That's what you get from Shelby Transmission Specialists. They do straight drives and automatic transmissions. They can repair and rebuild transmissions, and they sell parts as well. So if you have transmission trouble, see the experts, Hal, Lau, Billy, and Danielle at Shelby Transmission Specialists, 734 Nally Drive, just off Highway 226 North in Shelby. Call 704-482-8756 for Shelby Transmission Specialists. It's time to call the Substation 2 in Shelby and get those party trays ordered for the big game or for your Christmas party. Available in a variety of sizes, and pickup for Christmas party trays will be 11 a.m. on Christmas Eve, December 24th. Call 704-482-1220 to place your order today. And come on in for the weekly specials. It changes every week. The subs are so good at the Substation 2. 611 South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 8:30. And delivery is available by Uber Eats and DoorDash.
We move into the Gardner-Webb University halftime show. If you're graduating high school, transferring universities, pursuing an advanced degree, or returning as an adult, you can do it all at Gardner-Webb University with over 80 majors. Hey, this might surprise some of you, but it's good news for Crest fans at halftime of this third-round playoff matchup in the 5A ranks. Crest leading a 10-1 East Lincoln team 24-0. I'm Paul Foster, back with Tall Tim, JB Jonathan Bland's in the house tonight. Also, we've got helping us behind the scenes, J-Man and Tim.
Trey Albright, yeah.
Trey Albright has already provided us, I believe, with some stats you're looking at.
Yeah, he has, and and Jaden gave me some clarity, J-Man Foster, and he's right. I said it's a four-possession game, but he's much better at math than me. He's exactly right. If East Lincoln was to score 3 times and get 3 two-point conversions, that's 24 points. So I got to work with J-Man on some math from time to time, no doubt about it.
Well, those 2-point conversions are a whole other question.
Yeah, we hope that won't be the case if you're a Crest fan. Paul, we do have East Lincoln stats, and we'll get Crest a little later. But the big story for me for a team in East Lincoln, Paul and Jonathan, that was averaging 48 points a game. Grant Lawless, 3 of 8 passing for 40 yards in the first half. On the ground, East Lincoln ran the ball 13 times for just 19 yards. 3 receptions, 40 yards. They had 4 first downs, just 1 penalty in the game. They did have that big turnover. But, guys, a big story for me, only 59 total yards of offense for the Mustangs in the first half. And hold on just 1 second, and we'll get JB in. But
we got to switch some courts.
Yeah, Paul, your thoughts on that? The 59 yards, pretty impressive by the Crest defense.
It's very impressive, and we've seen we saw a turnover, a fumble that the defense created. We've just seen an attack, and nothing is really coming easy for this talented quarterback that East Lincoln has. So we'll see what adjustments they make, as they, remember, are going to be getting the second half kickoff as well.
And JB, before we come to you, I want to give you the other 3 games in the 5A West tonight. 24-0 Crest here at the half. South Point now in the third quarter up 47-21 on Monroe. That South Point offense is really rolling right now, and it's really rolling in Belmont. 33-0 Hickory over Franklin in the third, and maybe a little bit of the surprise right now late in the third quarter. Oak Grove over J.M. Robinson, 27-20. Jonathan, your thoughts on that first half?
Exactly what you guys said. It's just a dominant first half by Crest, offensively and defensively. The defense may be the story of the night for the Crest right now. Just limiting Grant Lawless to where he really is under pressure a lot, and he's only had a couple maybe big throws to Jackson Dollar, I think, a couple times.
Yeah.
But other than that, they pretty much contain him. They stopped their running game, and right now they're turning the ball back over their offense, exactly what they want to do, up 24-0. I would be feeling really good if I was Coach Lloyd right now, especially the way the defense was able to contain the the East Lincoln offense.
Paul, we mentioned our Big E of Gaffney players to watch tonight, and they both have done it, but they've done it not only on the defensive side, but the offensive side. Of course, that was Lyric Pettis and Devarius Surratt, and they both have not only made some great defensive plays, but some great receptions as well.
Yeah, Pettis has been involved a little bit more on offense than Surratt has. There's been shorter passes to Pettis that have ended up being some good pickups, but that big catch that Pluto made inside the 10-yard line, and he actually got to the 5, and then there was a 15-yard penalty that backed Crest up. However, they still scored, but what really caught our attention about that was the fact that he was so covered up, it looked like there could be an interference penalty. Somehow he got up behind the defender, made the catch, came down with it, and that helped set Crest up again in the red zone of East Lincoln.
Listen to these first half stats for the Crest Chargers, and again, big thanks to Trey Albright. Eli Hamrick, 10 of 15, 160 yards passing, and 1 passing touchdown in that first half. What about Crest on the ground, guys? 23 carries, 137 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. 137 through the air, 160 on the ground. Here's the one problem, though, guys. They did have the 11 first downs, 6 penalties, though, for 75 yards, 297 total yards of offense. JB, if you're on pace for a 600-yard night in a third-round game against one of the top teams in North Carolina in 5A, you're feeling pretty good.
Yeah, they're able to run the football, as you mentioned there. You've mentioned all those rushing yards. That makes things easier for Eli Hammer. When they needed to, he stepped in and made big-time throws. And even a couple of throws that should have been caught, that wasn't caught, he still has that many yards. Got to be feeling really good if you're Crest offensive coordinator right now.
All right, gentlemen, we're going to step away for a break. When we come back, we'll go over that scoring summary of how Crest has got their 24-0 lead. We'll quickly do that when we return with more of the Gardner-Webb University Halftime Show. You're listening to 92.9 WCSL, as well as KTCBroadcasting.com and our live coverage of the Crest Chargers.
Also known as TAC, is the nonprofit agency and operates demand response services for non-emergency medical transportation in this area. It also has a fixed bus route that is provided in the city limits of Shelby, and it is free. For more information, call the Transportation Administration of Cleveland County at 704-482-6465. Again, 704-482-6465. Visit the website at tacshelbync.com. For 17 straight years, Via Health Partners has been voted #1 in hospice. There's got to be a reason. Via Health Partners provides exceptional care. The comfort of their patients is their top concern, and that's why they offer hospice care wherever a patient calls home. Via Health Partners is there where you need them and when you need them. Find out more by visiting their website at viahp.org. Again, viahp.org. Voted #1 in hospice for 17 straight years. Via Health Partners, founded as Hospice of Cleveland County. There might be other Coyote tractor dealers in the area, but there is only one that stands above the rest, and that's Weston Sales in Vail. There's a reason they have been one of the top-selling Coyote tractor dealers in America today. Some reasons could be quality of service, friendly people, and yes, price. They will not be undersold on a new Coyote tractor. There's one waiting for you, Coyote and Weston Sales, synonymous in the tractor industry today. See them at 110 Highway 18 North in Vail, online at westonsales.com. Like them on Facebook too.
2 locations to serve you. That's Auto Parts U-Pull and Scrap Metal, located at 1025 County Home Road in Shelby and now at 851 Car Farm Road in Lincoln. Auto Parts U-Pull and Scrap Metal will buy your junk car or even your house and come pull your own parts. New additions arrive every day. Admission fee is $2. They also buy copper, aluminum, steel, cast iron, tin, and brass. See the king of parts. Auto Parts U-Pull and Scrap Metal, open 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, 1025 County Home Road in Shelby and 851 Car Farm Road in Lincoln. Online at autopartsupull.com and see their page on whatsupshopper.com. Like them on Facebook too.
It's the Gardner-Webb University halftime show of Crest Chargers football, graduating high school, transferring universities. You're pursuing an advanced degree. Maybe you're someone that is in that 30 to 50-year-old range and you want to go back to school. Over 80 majors are there. Find out more when you get in touch with Gardner-Webb University. Halftime score, 24-0. Crest is leading in this game. We'll see if they can hang on. You know, East Lincoln's is not going to quit playing football. They are going to get the opening second half kickoff, so it'll be interesting to see what they can try to do on their first offensive series, if they can get down there and make some noise and more than anything else, get on the scoreboard.
Yeah, the winner of this game, of course, will move to the final 8 in the 5A bracket, and, of course, the winner would take on either South Point or Monroe, and the scoring update, late third quarter, South Point 47-28 lead over Monroe. It looks like the Red Raiders, barring a major comeback for Monroe, will host one of these two teams next Friday night in the State 5A quarterfinals, Thanksgiving weekend. And, Paul, again, one of the things that, myself and Jonathan were talking about during the break, as you get ready to give this scoring summary, East Lincoln's not used to being in this position, Paul. Remember, their only loss was 3 points. That's going to be something to keep an eye on in the second half, how they respond.
Yeah, that's a good point. Crest on the scoreboard. It started with 7:07 to go in the first quarter. Hamrick on a 17-yard pass to Melton. And then the kick by Greer was good, 7-0. 23.4 seconds to go in the first quarter. A 9-yard touchdown run by welcome back Jason Black. He's been injured and out for a while. Greer hit the extra point. It was 14-0. We go into the second quarter, 4:39 to go. It was a wildcat play. They snapped to Michael Edwards. He ran 24 yards. And then the kick was good by Greer, 21-0. One more time. We set it up just before halftime, 1.9 seconds on the clock. A 30-yard field goal by Carson Greer, and that's how Crest has the 24-0 shutout as we go to the third quarter.
This crowd, ladies and gentlemen, is unbelievable tonight. They are all around the banks, on the hill. And Jonathan, I'm seeing people all the way around the stadium. Is that what you're seeing from your perspective?
Yeah, a great crowd here, all the way around the horseshoe that you see. People just standing, people sitting on the banks. A lot of kids playing football there on the hill as well, and a packed. Both sides of the stands are packed here tonight at Sid Bryson Stadium.
Here we go, Paul. Can Crest keep this same focus and try to finish this one off in the second half?
Jam and Jay's kickoff from the 40 of the unbelievable pizza buffet. They'd love to see you during the holiday period. Come in while you're going between shopping. There is the return by the guy that has tried to be in position for all this tonight, Davis Beam. And Beam is going to go out. And let's see where they're going to mark this. It looks like just beyond the 20-yard line.
Yeah, maybe up near the 22, 23-yard line. And that's where East Lincoln will start. We mentioned that both these teams came in tonight averaging 48 points a game. And the Crest Chargers have so far shut out East Lincoln, but they can strike quick. Big drive here to start this second half for both these teams.
Utility Tree Service, where Chargers were better, responsible for our quarters. Welcome into the third quarter of action of this playoff game. Winner goes on, loser season comes to an end. East Lincoln's got a lot of work to do. Looking to go to the air on this first play, and going back and getting it, called at the 33-yard line. Dollar goes down immediately, but that's a significant game for the East Lincoln offense.
And, Jonathan, you got to believe you got to hit number 4 to get back in this game. He's certainly one of their best players, maybe the best athlete on the field for East Lincoln. They got to go to him.
Yeah, I totally agree. You got to give him the ball as many times as you can get it to him.
Mipolito first down and back to the run, and nowhere to go for Fletcher McLean. He'll lose yards.
And remember, McLean, Paul, took that shot earlier by Chris Gunter, and we didn't see much of him late in the first half. He's back out there, and you wonder, is he 100%? Because he took a shot right in the gut late in the first half.
Yeah, another tackle by Gunter there on him as well. But as you mentioned, that's kind of been the story of the ball game. Crest is holding up at the line of scrimmage and doing a good job stopping the East Lincoln rushing attack.
That was a 1-yard loss, second down and 11 from the 32. Going to fly it out far side of the field.
Oh, he dropped it wide open.
Dropped at the 43-yard line.
And that is something, Paul, they have not done all year. I mean, he was open a good 8 yards.
Yeah, the intended receiver was $1, by the way. Their star player just hit himself on the helmet.
Yeah, I mean, that is one of those, and you're thinking about it, big play, but it's 3rd and 10. Big play in this game because if they don't get it here, that Crest offense can come right back out to start the second half.
Let's see what this Crest defense wants to do. This is a big play coming up, and Crest defense may have been out of sync.
They were. They jumped off sides.
Oh, man, you're giving East Lincoln a break with the CSI mechanical penalty flag.
Yeah, and I'm not sure why Crest, they seem to be in a little bit of a hurry on that one instead of just kind of waiting to see how the ball was snapped that time. And good job now, 3rd and 5 from the 38 now of East Lincoln.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Lloyd is not happy with that jumping offside. Definitely doesn't want to give East Lincoln any momentum here.
Fletcher McLean, the one running back in the back.
And they did it again.
What is wrong with Crest?
Back to back, and they've got a first down, and that's just, Paul, that's the 9th penalty of the game for the Chargers, and that is one thing that is a concern. Even with a 24-0 lead, it's a concern tonight, and if you move on, it could be a big concern. Back-to-back offside penalties, that's just staying focused. We talked about focus for 4 quarters. You got to have it. It's 1st and 10 now at the 43 for the Mustangs.
What did you notice? Crest took those players out that jumped offside immediately after that.
A fake to the running back, going to go downfield, far side, and incomplete, overthrew at the 40. The intended receiver, who I believe might have been Maggs that time.
Yeah, he kind of did a little pump fake trying to get Maggs down the East Lincoln sideline, overthrew him. And it'll be 2nd down and 10, and there's no doubt that we're going to see East Lincoln, I believe, start to take these shots downfield. Obviously, when you're down 24-0, that's going to be crucial.
But Crest has held up in the secondary so far tonight. Crest has a very good secondary. Duke commit, North Carolina commit. See if they can make some interceptions.
They're going to go back to the road. There's a hole for McLean, and McLean takes it inside the 45, and he gives his team a Mipolito first down.
Remember, guys, Crest had a 3rd and 10 for East Lincoln. Back-to-back penalties, a great run there, and they are in Crest territory at the 43.
It's been their most significant offensive series of the night. Another first down back to McLean, and he will barely get 1 yard.
I don't think he even got a yard,
Went to the right corner, right there between the hash marks. Use it as offensive line, of course.
Yeah, maybe half a yard. Again on the stop there on the right side of the East Lincoln offense there. Gunter's playing a great game from his linebacker position for the Crest Chargers tonight.
He really is, JB. He's going to spot it just inside the 42, 2nd and 9.
Grant Lawless, big-time quarterback. Fake. Slant pass caught by Dollar. Dollar is breaking tackles and gets all the way to about the 25 of Crest.
You know, they've done that play a couple times. I'm kind of curious why they haven't done it more, because every time they've run that little cross slant with a Dollar, he seems to pick up yardage.
Yeah, big drive going. Ball spotted at the 26 of Crest, 1st and 10.
And they're quickly going right back and lining up. And here comes again right up the middle, and a big run by a young man by the name of Andrew Veers coming into the game.
Yeah, it's the first time we've seen Veers. We've got a Charger hurt down, and hate to see that, inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, waiting to pick up the number, but the young man is down on his elbows and knees as his head into the field, and now he's going and laying down on his back in some pain.
That was a gain of about 7, maybe 8 for East Lincoln, and they are really moving it now. They knew they had to drive down and put points on the board. It's 54-28 now, South Point over Monroe. The Red Raiders have scored over 50 tonight in their third-round game.
This is a American Restoration injury timeout. American Restoration joining our postseason sponsors tonight. They've been serving the community since 1971. They're not a franchise, by the way, locally owned and operated. 3 locations, including one in Shelby and in Hickory. They provide 24/7 service for the Carolinas, some 28 counties in all. And their services include water damage restoration, fire damage, duct cleaning, and more. They're at 704-482-7586. Let me lay that on you one more time. 704-482-7586. Online at amrest.com.
Yeah, and also, Paul, I want to talk about our sideline sponsor, and that is Cleveland Community College. Discover your next hobby with fun, low-pressure personal enrichment classes. Try something new. Enroll now at clevelandcc.edu. And is that Pettis, Paul, that's injured?
I'm afraid so.
Yeah, and I hate to see that. Is Lyric Pettis, who's and he is in a lot of pain on that right leg. But that is a key component that's coming to the Crest sideline.
That's the Duke commitment too, right, guys?
It is the Duke commit, and, of course, he is being helped to the sideline. You hate to see this for Lyric, and he's getting a great hand as he comes. He's played a phenomenal game. Key component on both sides of the field, and we hope this is not a serious injury, as East Lincoln will come back on the field at the Crest 18-second down and 3 once Pettis is able to get to the sideline.
They're definitely moving slow. It looks like maybe a lower body injury for Pettis there. And as you guys mentioned, hate to see that. He's playing a heck of a ball game there. I think he was actually coming up from secondary position to make a stop there on the run.
It looked like a bunch of bodies just went into that lower part of his body as the tackle was being made, and unfortunately he took the worst of that.
He has taken his time getting off the field. That's the kind of agony he's in right now, so we're going to keep an eye on this situation. Back to action on 2nd down and 3 for East Lincoln, and the running back Veers remains in the backfield. Now they're going to him again. Crest was ready, and they are going to bring this young man down in the backfield. It took about 6 charges.
Yeah, he took about 4 different shots, and kudos to Veers, but, boy, he took some extra pain, and he lost a yard, and it'll be 3rd and about 3 or maybe 4 here. Got to spot it at the 20. He did lose a yard. A big 3rd down. 3rd, and we're going to call it a long 4 just inside the 15.
All right, we got double receivers to the near and far side, the one running back, but I don't think that's where they're going to concentrate on. We'll see. Lawless awaits that snap. He's looking. A pump fake. Goes out of the flat. Got his man and should have been called.
He stepped out of bounds.
He should have been brought down at the 19. He gets away, and he is – is he going to be short?
He's going to be about 2 yards short because he stepped out of bounds. He tried to jump. It's going to be 4th and 2, and there's no doubt East Lincoln will keep that offense on the field. Play of the game here so far, Paul.
I totally agree. Coming up, big play, see what's going to happen.
And you can't jump offside if you're the Chargers here either.
4th down and 2, as you said. They're going to go for it. Play clock, plenty of time, down to 15. They're getting some instructions from the coaching staff. By the way, David Lupowicz is the head coach of this East Lincoln team. Play clock's down to 5. And now they're going to run a play. Quarterback keeper Lawless is going to get behind some blockers, and he is going to get inside the 15. Mipa Blito 1st down.
Yeah, he just used that big frame, and JB, the left side of that East Lincoln O-line, did a great job to get the push. He gets about 3 and the 1st down.
Yeah, it was a kind of good job by the East Lincoln coaching staff there, just kind of see what kind of lineup that Crest had on defense there. And you're right, Grant Lawless putting his head in the ground just there and picking up that 1st down.
New set of downs as East Lincoln's trying to get on the board for the first time tonight. 8:43 to go in the 3rd quarter. Here's a pass. Dollar's got it in traffic, and it's pushed out at the 2-yard line.
Great catch by Dollar right in the corner. Great hands, and it's going to be 1st and goal for East Lincoln on the verge of putting their first points on the board up now. 8:38 to go in this 3rd quarter.
And they're moving quickly again. They don't get into a huddle. They're down 24-0, but they may change that on 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. Lawless Handoff, making a move, and into the end zone, up the middle run. And East Lincoln has got the Wolfman Woods Disc Golf Club touchdown, their first of the game on the 3-yard carry.
Now the question is, East Lincoln go for 2 here to try to cut into that lead?
Well, we talked about that scenario that they would need 3 scores and 3 2-point conversions, and I think they're going to. They're going to try the first one here and try to make this a 16-point game, 24-6 Crest lead. They are getting the signal, and it looks like they would definitely, JB, go for 2. The play clock is running.
This is a huge play in the game as well.
Yep. You're talking about the difference between a 2 and a 3-possession game here if East Lincoln does not convert. And now they are getting in position, and now it looks like they're going to kick it.
Yes, they are.
Yep, and I believe here's the extra point attempt, Paul. And here is Mulkey. There's the kick. It is up, and it is good. Providing electrical services and contracting across the region. On the Fountain Electric scoreboard, it's now Crest 24, East Lincoln 7. This is KTCBroadcasting.com.
In Cleveland County, you might see me at a local sporting event, the Cleveland County Fair. We might cross paths at the grocery store or at the next benefit. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local professional when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on most. I'm Bert Costner. Call me at 704-482-2436 for a quick auto, home, or life insurance quote. And to learn more about how Farm Bureau Insurance can save you time and money, be sure to ask for me, Bert Costner, 704-482-2436.
Check out the Big E Gaffney, Upstate Carolina's complete entertainment center, located at Exit 90 on I-85 near the Gaffney Outlet Marketplace, complete with a large arcade where you can test your skills on some sensational game selections. The Big E also provides an 8-screen premium movie theater featuring new releases, and it's the perfect spot to host a birthday party. There's even a 16-lane bowling center, a snack bar where, man, the pizza's so good, plus laser tag, mini golf, and a massive indoor playland. Find out more at thebigEgaffney.com.
Here's the Jammin' Jays kickoff, and it hits at the 5, and smart by Michael Edwards to let it roll into the end zone, and that'll help Crest to come out and have it 1st and 10 at their own 20. Let's quickly give you the scoring recap presented by Lovebird's Pizza. All pizzas made fresh with the signature Southern-style fry pizza dough. You're talking about Walter Hall and his wife in that fine pizza business. It was a long drive. It took up a lot of time. They started at their own 22, and it finally wraps up with a short 3-yard run by Veers, the running back, and then Mulkey hit the extra point. That's how it's 24-7 now on the Fountain Electric scoreboard.
Crest 289 offensive yards in that first half. Let's see if they can keep that going.
Crest goes back to work on offense. It's going to be Jason Black. Black's got a hole. He's across the 30, 35, all the way to the 40-yard line.
Great run, and again, that offensive line of Crest that has played so well tonight, winning that battle. The best way, guys, and JB, to counteract what East Lincoln just did, go back down and put points on the board.
Yeah, I totally agree. I love the play call there, running the football there. You're up still 17 points, so they can run the football, continue to get first downs there. You'll put a lot of pressure on the East Lincoln offense.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Paul Brock Melton's come to the sideline. He's in some pain, and it looks like Pluto Surratt is in for him. So we've got Pettis, who is on the table. We've got Melton, and that is 2 key components.
And that, by the way, Jason Black just went 20 yards to pick up that Mipolito first down. 1st and 10 from the 40. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. And he's just going over tacklers inside the 50, going across the 50 back into East Lincoln territory.
Eli Hamrick just kept it that time, and we got another Charger slow getting up. He's on his feet. 6-8 scores right now. Watauga leading Charlotte Catholic 21-13. Sun Valley all over Freedom 32-7. Northern Guilford 37-7 now over Kings Mountain. And Ashbrook leading Dudley in the 4th 15-7 in that matchup. And J.M. Robinson just took the lead in the 4th quarter over Oak Grove 34-33. As Crest 1st and 10 at the East Lincoln 49.
Friday Night Lights football and Mipolito, that's a winning combination. Back-to-back Mipubs first downs for Crest. And back to Jason Black, just making moves and grooves to the 42-yard line.
I tell you, there was a East Lincoln defender right there at the line of scrimmage. He broke away from him and able to get another 7 yards. And, Paul, I'm watching both right down below us, Lyric Pettis and Brock Melton. They're trying to stretch Brock's leg. Brock looks like he might have a cramp. And Pettis certainly looks like more of a serious injury with that left leg.
Yeah, let's hope that all it is just a cramp. When it comes to Melton, Pettis may be more serious.
Love the rush and attack right now from the Crest offense there. They're also taking the play clock almost all the way down to 0. Very, very smart. Up 17 points in the third quarter.
Yep, you make a great point. Quarterback keeper again. Hamrick right between the hash marks, now cutting to the outside along the Crest sideline. He's going to get at least to the 35 of East Lincoln.
But the big thing he's going to do, Paul, is get another Pueblito's first down. And as JB said, you're running that clock down. You've got a 24-7 lead. That's what you want to do with this lead. You want to run it down, but you do want to finish with some kind of points.
Yeah, and they're right now, if they keep finishing these runs like they are, they will end with those points, which would be probably the perfect drive for them.
What a response, guys, after East Lincoln, who got the opening second-half kickoff, goes down, long drive. It took a while, but they finally get on the board. The score is 24-7, and Crest is getting ready to possibly re-enter the red zone of East Lincoln. Here's the snap. Handoff to Black. Black's going to go to the corner far side this time, and great job by East Lincoln to read it and stop him at the 34.
Yeah, he only got about 3 yards that time. Good push that time, and we have got a stoppage of play, I believe, or do we have a stoppage of play? I heard a whistle blow, and was there a flag?
Looks like there's a Crest player that's injured right there.
Oh,
They're
man.
getting helped off the field by a couple of East Lincoln players.
Yeah.
Must be a cramp going on there.
Oh, man, that's Michael Edwards, too, guys.
That's Edwards. And look at the class there by East Lincoln.
That's great.
To help him across, and I'm going to give my hands as well as Edwards coming across the way. Kudos. 2 East Lincoln players helped him all the way across the field, and that's class there, Paul. You love to see it in a playoff game.
Yeah, especially when your team is down 24-7. You're on the losing end. Of course, there's still time. 6:18 to go here in the third quarter.
And I'll tell you, right now, Paul, the biggest concern for the Chargers, other than this game is still a battle, is a lot of key players are down on the sideline right now.
Crest Chargers this time with 2 receivers to the far side, 1 in the slot as well, 1 running back in the backfield, and hold everything.
Crest is going to call a timeout. Coach Lloyd, Paul, did not like some of their personnel in that lineup that time.
We'll take it as well on the Fountain Electric scoreboard. Remember, providing electrical services and contracting across the region. Crest 24-7 over East Lincoln in the third quarter from KTC Broadcasting.
Bradley's now is a bucket truck. What does that mean? That means they can now install outdoor signs, even outdoor lighted signs. Talk with them about designing, creating, and installing your new sign. And of course, see them for logo designs, vehicle lettering, banners, magnets, trophies, plaques, acrylics, t-shirts, and more. They are now truly your one-stop shop. Bradley's, 2522 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at bradleysinc.com. Like them on Facebook, too.
We're back after the timeout by Crest. We'll see what they want to do on 2nd down and 8 with the ball at the East Lincoln 34-yard line.
Melton's back in the game, Paul.
That's good. Good to see him come off of fighting off a cramp while ago, we believe. It's going to be another quarterback keeper coming to this near side of the field, breaking away from a tackle, 30-25, and they finally run him out along the Crest sideline, but not before Eli Hamrick is to the 24.
It's coming back, though. There's a penalty flag thrown, and I believe they may have got holding on the Chargers.
They sure did. That's a CSI mechanical penalty flag. A great play has just been wiped away.
And I tell you, Paul, that's one way to lose some momentum is continuing to get them. And, again, not a lot of people happy about it. Crest getting up towards double digits now in this game in penalties. That moves it all the way back to the 44 of East Lincoln. And now, Paul, you're looking at a 2nd and 17.
It also changes the dynamic of what you want to do because, now you're once you mentioned there 2nd and 18, can you still continue to run the ball or you're going to have to go to the air? So,
big penalties.
We're glad you're with us on KTC Broadcasting, YouTube streaming tonight. We're also on 92.9 FM, wherever and however. Thanks for tuning in. A quick handoff to Jason Black. Black is on the far side of the field running along the East Lincoln sideline.
Another flag.
He goes out at the 38, and as you said, Tim,
they're going to get holding again on Crest.
Oh, man, they're really backing themselves up now. Wow, this is big-time damage to this Charger offense.
And I tell you, it's really flipping the field now. They're going to be back in their own territory after the third penalty of this possession.
They've been relying more on the run for a while. And the question's going to be here, you're going to be in such long situations. You've still got several downs to work with. That on 2nd and 28, do you maybe try to go back to the air?
Well, and remember, Jonathan, I mean, this is a team that had a 1st and 10 inside the East Lincoln 35. Looks like they were at least in position to maybe get down and add 3 more points. Now you're really having to think about it on a 2nd and 28, as you said, changing your thought pattern a little bit.
Yeah, does East Lincoln bring the blitz here? If that's so, can you catch him with a screen pass? It'd be interesting to see what's going to happen here on this 2nd down.
Double receivers to the near side, one to the far side. What's Eli Hambrick want to do? Pressure's coming. It is going to be a screen pass. It is caught, but no further than the 50, and slam backwards goes Pluto Surratt on the
Surratt, who has come in the game, and Surratt looks like he's slow to get up. He is getting up, but it's going to be 3rd and about 24 for the Chargers at their own 48-yard line. And I tell you, this second half, Paul, we saw East Lincoln have about a 4.5-minute drive, went down and scored. The only good news, the Chargers are taking some time off the clock. We're under 5 minutes in the third quarter, but 3rd and 21 now for Crest at their own 49-yard line.
The one thing Chris has not let happen in this game so far tonight, and hopefully they can keep it that way, there's not been any turnovers.
Yep, good point.
From the shotgun, Hamrick in the pocket, waiting. He's going to go deep downfield. This one may be picked off, and it is at the 15-yard line. East Lincoln making a move, 30, 40, across midfield and taken out right there. A big turnover. I wish I had never said Crest had to have a turnover.
And Paul, it looked like the intended receiver got a cramp while the ball was in the air, and he just went to the ground.
Yeah, he's laying down on the sideline right there.
Yeah.
That's number 1.
Yeah, Paul, and all of a sudden the Chargers, we're seeing a bit, and that's Thompson, we're seeing a big momentum swing. And the Chargers, Paul, we have seen some of these second half issues over the last couple of years. They are going to have to get refocused because of score by East Lincoln, and they're right back in this game, JB.
Well, you saw the pressure that East Lincoln brought on defense, too. Affected the throw. The throw was a little high, a little wobbly there, and East Lincoln will be able to make the big play. But they did bring the blitz there on 3rd down, and they was able to get the big interception. Now, can Crest defense rise up and make a stop?
They've got to get focused now as they've got it at 50. The East Lincoln crowd is fired up. Paul, the Chargers have got to step up. It, as Greg Lloyd mentioned at halftime, it's a 4-quarter game.
Jacoby Hunt, the corner on that reception for East Lincoln a while ago.
It's a trick play.
And they're doing a little trick play. Back to the quarterback. He's hit as he throws the ball.
And incomplete.
McLean couldn't bring it in as he took a hard hit at the 42.
And so did Lawless, Paul. He took a shot as they went a little flea flicker there. A little slow developing.
I was about to say that was the problem there. It was slow developing. By the time he got the ball, the pressure was right there on him.
You got to give Crest defender Donovan Walton a lot of credit, too. He was hanging right there with Fletcher McLean. 2nd down and 10. Just over 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Crest leads 24-7. Wanting to go to the air. Lawless is in trouble. Quarterback keeper. He's got all kind of room. He is going to go inside the 30 before they bring him down.
And Crest made a big mistake there, JB. The middle of their defense, nowhere to be found. And East Lincoln made a big play, and we continue to see a lot of Chargers dealing with some injuries as you can really feel the momentum start to swing in this ball game.
Yeah, you can. East Lincoln's really starting to click on offense. Now Crest has to try to rise up and make a stop here, and if they don't, it's going to be another ball game right here. I mean, it's already still 4 minutes left here in the third quarter.
Yep, and we're trying to see who the injured Charger was who tried to make the play. And remember, Paul, they've got several guys that are still trying to get stretched out. I'm seeing 3 different Crest players right now being worked on to try to get rid of cramps, and a lot of them are key players on both sides of the ball. So that is a big concern right now.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing this many players with cramps during the game. It is a warmer night, especially for November. But, man, those guys need to stay hydrated to try to release some of this cramping stuff that they're having right now.
Yeah, we've got an American Restoration injury timeout again. And remember, they're locally owned and operated. We'll take it as well. We'll check on who that player is and get back to this action. 4:10 to go in the third quarter. Crest with a 24-7 lead in the playoffs on KTC Broadcasting.
Your Train dealer for Cleveland County and the surrounding areas is CSI Mechanical. And right now, Train is offering some great fall specials, like up to $600 in rebates for qualified Train air conditioners and furnaces, up to $2,000 on qualified Train heat pumps, and up to $1,200 for other eligible expenses, like electrical upgrades for heat pump installations. Find out more. Call your local Train dealer, CSI Mechanical, 704-600-6267. Online at csimechanical.com, located at 410 South Post Road in Shelby.
The Crest fans are getting loud. They've got to support their defense. East Lincoln trying to get another score here in the third quarter, cutting into what was a 24-0 lead, 24-7 now, and they're on the move back in Crest territory. There goes Fletcher McLean, and he is hard to bring down. He gets to at least the Crest 25.
Going to get a nice first down gain for the Mustangs. McLean, it looked like he might have lost his helmet. A couple of 4A scores. Burns just has taken the lead over Brevard in the fourth quarter, 20-17. Maiden, 29-6 over Newton Conover. Highbrighton, 14-0 in the fourth quarter over Stuart Kramer. And Mount Pleasant Pisgah tied at 15.
A lot of close
games. A lot of close ones in 4A tonight.
And tell us and give us an update when you can on that Kings Mountain game. Right now, back to work. We'll go Lawless in this offense. Looks like he wants to go to the air. He's going to go towards the end zone. Dollar tried to bring it in. Did he?
No.
Touchdown. Oh, wow, what a catch and double.
I don't know about
coverage.
that, Paul.
That is a Wolfman Woods Disc Golf Club touchdown. East Lincoln's back in this thing. Grab your disc and bring your friends. Meet in the woods in Lattimore at Wolfman Woods.
And East Lincoln's back in this ball game as well. And I don't know, that was a real close play. If that ball hit, that was an unbelievable catch by Dollar.
Yeah, really hard to see that in the corner there, whether he caught it or not. But, man, what an effort by Dollar. It looks like that he may have corralled it in there. Regardless, touchdown East Lincoln, as you mentioned.
Yep, and let's see, they will go for the extra point to try to make this a 10-point game. 13 consecutive points for the Mustangs. The extra point attempt here, can they make it a 10-point game? There's a snap. Kick is up, and that kick is good. Kickstart your vehicle's health with Fountain Electric's Fountain Auto. On the Fountain Electric scoreboard, it's now Crest 24, East Lincoln 14. This is KTCBroadcasting.com.
Sure, there's great service department specials at Marburger Chevrolet in Shelby. But before we get into those, we got to talk about the great deals on the new 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 trucks. Now get 2.9% APR financing for 72 months. Now back to the service. Saturday morning oil changes, $59.95. North Carolina inspections, $10 every day. Hey, pre-owned vehicles start at $9,900. Marburger Chevrolet, 200 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, your hometown dealer, locally owned and operated, online at marburgerchevy.net. The Clay Barnett Funeral Home in Shelby gives you 5 reasons to choose aquamation over cremation. Aquamation is a gentle, dignified process. It's a process that uses 95% water instead of fire. 20% more ash remains are returned to the family. It is a green process with no emissions and no harmful greenhouse gases. And aquamation prices start at $25.95, and payment plans are available with credit approval. Consider aquamation, exclusively offered by Clay Barnett Funeral Home. Online at claybarnett.com, with locations at 303 Pfeiffer Road, Kings Mountain, and 1401 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
This game has changed. Crest 24, East Lincoln 14 now. Here's the Jam and Jay's Pizza kickoff. They're not going to go deep, and immediately getting on top of that ball and securing it at the 36-yard line. A great job there, the Chargers, and that was Jamari Kennedy.
It was, but there was a penalty because I believe Paul East Lincoln was offsides on the kickoff, and Crest is going to have them re-kick. That's going to cost them 5 yards, and they will have to re-kick it. Paul, you were asking about that Kings Mountain score. Northern Guilford in the fourth quarter, up 37-7 now over Kings Mountain, I should say, Northern Guilford in control, and it looks like they'll move on to play the winner of Ashbrook-Dudley. Ashbrook up in the fourth, 15-7 over Dudley.
On the Lovebirds Pizza scoring recap, all the pizzas made fresh with the signature Southern style fried pizza dough. It was a impressive 24-yard pass from the QB, of course, Lawless to his number one receiver, Dollar, in double coverage. It looked like he was trying to bring the ball in, and the official says it was a reception as he was going down. They give him the touchdown. Mulkey hits the extra, and that's how we've got a 24-14 game now. Again, kicking up and taken by one of the Upmen from the 32, 40, 45, 50, the 40, all the way to about the 33-yard line, and then an ugly hit at the end of that play. What a return by the Chargers. And folks,
yep, and you talking about flipping the game, Paul.
Was that Davis?
Yeah, it was, and that was huge because you got great field position here, so that penalty really ended up hurting East Lincoln. I saw Omar Porter down there who was one of the Crest assistants, took a shot. I hope he's all right. Work with him at Cleveland Community College, Paul.
He's a former player.
Yeah, he is a tough guy. And a lot of these guys that had cramps, Paul, seem to be okay, and there are a lot of them are back on the field. But great opportunity at the East Lincoln 35, 1st and 10, a 10-point game now.
All right, the Chargers need to respond. They haven't had a score in this second half, but that quarterback keeper is going to go nowhere.
Oh, and that was late, and that's going to be a 15-yarder.
Yep, they threw Eli down after he was on the Crest sideline.
Yep, and I tell you, JB, not a smart play because they had sniffed that play out, and just not a smart play. East Lincoln's got the momentum. What are you doing there?
Yeah, you can't make that penalty right there because, right there on the sideline there, it looks like there's some discussion about what this call is going to be. I guess they're going to call it, but
yeah, it was way out of bounds.
I don't know.
Yeah, he was 3 yards out of bounds.
Let's hope this is not another one of these referees having a discussion to try to figure out why they threw a flag.
It's a 15-yard penalty, and it's going to move it all the way inside the 25. Yeah. And if you're the Chargers, both Paul and JB, right now, you got to put 7 on the board. You got to get this East Lincoln momentum shut down, and you got to finish this drive.
Yeah, I agree. You got to finish it with a touchdown, too.
That is a Meat Pablito first down. Your favorite Meat Pablito favors, well, hey, no huddle required when you order online at meatpubs.com.
They're going to spot it. It looks like probably going to spot it either at the 21 or 20, trying to see here from our vantage point. It looks like at the 21 of East Lincoln.
Well, a 15-yard penalty to me would have put it on the 20-yard line.
That's what I thought, too.
It's very close. We'll just put it like that, very close to the 20. And they're getting into a bunch package here in the backfield, and Jason Black is brought down immediately. East Lincoln's defense has improved in the second half as well.
Yeah, one thing that we've seen, guys, is Crest continues to kind of play that power running game. And you're wondering remember, they had a lot of success. Yes, they ran the ball well, but they also threw it pretty well. Again, East Lincoln has made, as we expected, JB, they've made some adjustments on their defensive line as well.
Yeah, they're playing much better up front. They're stopping those running lanes there. They're really sitting on that run right now. So we'll see if Crest has to go back to the pass. I know they don't want to, but they might have to make some modification to the offense.
I see Paxton Dobbins in the backfield. Wanting to go to the air, and another interception is thrown by Eli Hamrick at the goal line.
Yep, it's going to be in the end zone. It'll be a second turnover, and East Lincoln will take over from their 20, and that pass should have never been thrown, Paul. It was underthrown.
Brock Melton was the intended receiver.
Yep, and East Lincoln, one way to get them back in, guys, turnovers and penalties, and this is a big drive, even though East Lincoln will start from their 20. A score here, and they would be right back any kind of score, even 3 points, and they're within one possession, and it's time for the Crest D-Paul to make some big plays.
Yeah, and we don't want the D to get worn out, too, because they've been on the field a lot in this third quarter with 2:45 to go in the third quarter. 24-14 score now. Yep. It was 24-0 at halftime.
It was all Crest in the first half. It's been all East Lincoln in this third quarter.
So back to work goes Grant Lawless. He's got one back with him. That's the big guy, Fletcher McLean. And he's got double receivers to the far side as well as to the near side. Quarterback looking after taking the snap. Going to go along the East Lincoln sideline and overthrows the intended receiver in tight coverage at the 45.
I tell you, Jonathan, one of the reasons I think that was forced a little bit because Crest has not had as much success running the ball. They want, as you mentioned, they want to do that to run the clock down, but East Lincoln's taken that away a little bit, and they certainly caused Crest to force that turnover.
Yeah, I totally agree with that because they stopped their running game. He was trying to make a play there, but that pass needs to be on the back side of the defender instead of in front of him.
Quentin Murphy was the intended receiver. Here's a screen pass to the big man, Fletcher McLean. Breaking tackle, still breaking. He's still on his feet. Chargers get him from behind, but not before he takes it to midfield.
Got another Charger laying down. Maybe he's got a cramping issue here.
Yep. And Paul Crest is completely losing focus in this ball game on tackles, penalties, everything they did right in the first half. They are completely gone the other way in the second half, and they continue to cramp, and that's a concern because you wonder, are they starting to wear out a little bit? Momentum is completely flipped in this game.
We've got another American Restoration injury timeout. Your timeout sponsors tonight. Online, learn more at amrest.com.
And it looks like the injured Charger is number 5, and that's Khalil Clark. Good to see him running off the field. But, Paul, that was a 31-yard gain on that screenplay. East Lincoln in Crest territory, and they could possibly go down and get this game within 3 points before the end of the third quarter. We talked about, Paul, how quickly this team has scored this year. The Crest was in total control of this game, and I tell you, it really started. It started for me, Jonathan, with those 2 back-to-back offside penalties on Crest, and then since then, East Lincoln's been in control.
Yeah, Crest, they've killed themselves on those penalties, and those 2 offsides you mentioned there, that 3rd and 10, they stop them there, they get the ball back. This game is a different story probably.
They're inside the 50 on Crest territory, 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Lawless is almost sacked, but he gets the ball off just in time. He gets it to Maggs at the Crest 45. The short pickup will give him 3.
And everything Lawless couldn't do in the first half, Paul, he is making. He was going to the ground as he threw that one and got a 4-yard completion to the Crest 45, 2nd and 6.
They've been making the bigger plays. They've been doing better than Crest in this third quarter for sure. Under 2 minutes now. They're going to go back to the ground. They got to get Fletcher McLean.
Good stop.
He gets a couple.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and 4.
Do you see Lawless on that play? He knew he couldn't get anywhere.
Yeah.
So he just pushed him in the back there and able to pick up 2 yards. So very smart awareness by Lawless. I've never seen by a quarterback actually push the running back forward, but smart play.
Big 3rd down here, Paul, for the Crest D.
Yep. They only need 4 for this first down. East Lincoln has been getting them in this situation so far in this second half. Lawless taking his time, going and getting some instructions from the sideline, now back in place. And they will fake, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper again. They got to get Lawless, and he is going to be short of the first down, just shy of the 40.
It's going to be 4th and 2 from the Crest 41. 4th and a long 2, and there's no doubt the offense will stay on the field with 1 minute to go third quarter.
Yeah, that play took a long time, but I think that play right there, there was a lot of window dressing by East Lincoln there. I think that was a quarterback draw all the way.
Yeah, and East Lincoln's called a timeout, Paul.
We'll take it as well on the Fountain Electric scoreboard. Crest 24, East Lincoln 14. Our live coverage continues on KTC Broadcasting.
It's a candle-making experience, Saturday, December 6th from 5 till 7 p.m. at Discovery Nissan in Shelby. Unwind, connect, and craft your own custom candle this holiday season with a complimentary glass of wine. Cost is $30. And plan now to bring the whole family for an evening filled with cookies and hot cocoa, Christmas cheer, and a special visit from Santa Claus himself. Ho, ho, ho. That's Saturday, December 20th from 6 until 8 at Discovery Nissan, 631 South Post Road in Shelby, online at discoverynissan.com.
Fountain Electric and Services, one team, one goal, providing integrity across the region since 1946 when it comes to residential, commercial, and industrial electrical needs. And listen to this, get your vehicle running right for those road trips at Fountain Auto Tech. They can provide
From Fountain Auto Tech, we come right back to this game. 4th and 2, East Lincoln out of the timeout. Crest needs a stop. They're going to keep it on the ground. No, it's a quarterback fake, and still on his feet. Lawless has got the first down and more, takes it to the 32.
And that is the second time they've converted a 4th down, JB, in this third quarter, and that was another big one.
I like the call, keeping it in Lawless's hands. The play fake, the exchange with the running back, he almost gave it to him and didn't see that there, kept it, and bam, he's able to pick up the first down.
Back to work they go. Wants to go to the air this time along the Crest sideline. Overthrows out of play. The intended receiver at the 13 was Dollar.
Yep. And that, one of the other stories in that first half, guys, is Crest. We saw a lot of green jerseys in the East Lincoln backfield on running plays. Have not seen that in the second half. I think a lot of that's a momentum swing. A lot of that's been that the Chargers are getting a little bit fatigued. But as Paul mentioned, they've been on the field a lot in this third quarter defensively.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy how this third quarter's unfolded there. I did not see that happening, but East Lincoln has really stepped up since halftime. They've done some great things on offense and defense.
We're down to 36 seconds to go. It's an inside handoff trying to make a little.
He's going to lose yard.
Davis Beam was trying to do a little get behind the center and hide himself, but Crest read it well. And
it's 3rd and 11.
Yeah, 1 yard loss.
Good
on that
tackle
play.
by number 42 there. Gunter on the stop. We've called his name a lot tonight. Just sniffing out that play. 30 and long now for East Lincoln.
This is huge for the Crest defense. They can't let Lawless get him again. This talented quarterback looking in the shotgun. Here's a screen pass caught in the backfield. They've got it. Fletcher McLean. The ball. Gretzen's got the ball. Take it away. 40, 35, down to the 30. Lawless makes the tackle. The defense comes through again for the Chargers.
Oh, he just ripped the ball away.
Yes, he did, and he did that in last week's game, didn't he?
Wait a minute. Yeah, but that's number 26. Let's see who got it. That was Tavion Wisnett.
Well, I'll tell you what, A.J. Davis was in there hitting
play
as well. And both those gentlemen just they stopped a momentum. They just busted the momentum of East Lincoln.
JB, we're between quarters right here, and we may or may not, we got to take a quick break. But I was just going to say that might be the play of the game right there.
Play of the game so far, absolutely.
We go to the fourth quarter. Crest 24, East Lincoln 14. Don't go anywhere. This is KTC Broadcasting.
CF Moto is clicking on all cylinders during their clearance sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports and Law. Get financing as low as 0% and up to $1,500 cash back on CF Moto models. And check out the Suzuki DRZ 4S motorbike with financing at 4.99% for 36 months. And the Yamaha Let's Ride sales event is underway. Get 0% for 60 months or $3,000 customer cash back. Full Throttle Power Sports, 100 Indian Walk-In Law. Online at NC Full Throttle Power. Don't wait till it's freezing cold outside. Now is the time to get your fireplace serviced by Future Energy Company in Shelby. Say you don't have a fireplace? Well, see Woody Padgett and Future Energy Company for all kinds of fireplaces and gas logs. And for those backyard cookouts, check out the Big Green Egg or Grills by Primo and the Broil Master Outdoor Kitchens. Future Energy Company, serving this area since 1983, 130 West Graham Street in Shelby, online at futureenergyco.com.
Welcome into the fourth quarter, presented by Utility Tree Service, protecting and providing free quotes. You can visit their Facebook page. Crest has got the ball after that amazing turnover a while ago. They're going to go back to Black. He's going to get a short carry, which will be good to give him 3 to the 25.
Paul, let's talk about how that quarter ended. Tavion Wisnett just completely stripped it out of the receiver's hands.
Yes.
Went all the way down to the East Lincoln 29-yard line. Gain of 4 there by Black, and it is 2nd and 6. Crest needs points. Have not scored since that field goal to end the first half.
Yep, we're up 24-0 at the half. They're only leading 24-14 now. Eli Hamrick with a quarterback keeper. He's just going to cut it into the outside. Look at Eli go. He takes it inside the 15.
Yeah, man, back to power game. And again, Jonathan, what East Lincoln was doing, they were being able to really shut down that time he was able to get on the outside.
Yeah, once he's able to get on the outside, he's got good speed, be able to get the momentum there, busting the secondary of the East Lincoln defense there. And you're right, they were really trying to funnel him back inside. When he popped outside, he saw some clear ground.
We know the winner of this game, Paul, will go to Belmont next Friday night. South Point beat Monroe 61-42.
Man, I wasn't expecting it to be that kind of margin, but hey, it is what it is. We'll see if Crest can hang on here. 1st and 10, and back to Black. Black trying to get to the outside corner. He did 10-5. He breaks his way in for the Wolfman Woods Disc Golf Club touchdown.
Oh, it's good to have Jason Black back in this lineup. And again, the head official is completely worried about anything on the Crest sideline. He's already called a 15-yarder. 30-14. Jason Black, number 3, the senior running back, extends its lead, and boy, did Crest need that to regain momentum, and a 30-14 lead. Let's see if Carson Greer can make this a 17-point lead now for the Chargers as he's getting ready. Here comes the snap. Here's the kick from Greer. It is up, and it is good. Be ready when the next big storm hits with proper lighting and surge protection by Fountain Electric. Big score by the Crest Chargers. They now lead East Lincoln 31-14. This is KTCBroadcasting.com.
Is your home or business in need of a new roof or gutters? Look no further than Gutter Guys. Gutter Guys provides complete gutter and roofing solutions in our entire area, and even in Columbia, South Carolina. With over 22 years' experience, Gutter Guys specializes in metal and shingle roofing, seamless gutters, and copper works. If your roof and gutters need some attention, Gutter Guys is here to help you. No job is too big or too small. So give them a call today at 704-879-4384 for Gutter Guys. Serving the Carolinas since 2003. Kias everywhere at the all-new Shelby Kia. As a matter of fact, over 250 new Kias in stock now. And best of all, get 0.9% APR financing or discounts up to $10,000. There's never been a better time to buy than right now. Credit problems? No problem. At the new Shelby Kia, come see for yourself. Over 250 new Kias in stock now. Shelby Kia, 4425 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at shelbykia.com.
From the 40, here is the Jammin' Jay's Kickoff. That great family pizza buffet, the dessert pizzas, liver mush, and so much more. You got to make a move here, and down at the 16-yard line, about a 6 or 7 yard return there for East Lincoln's Tyson Maggs. Let's give you the Lovebirds Pizza scoring recap. It was impressive. After the turnover, you got the ball at the East Lincoln 28, only took 3 plays, and what an incredible and fancy run of 13 yards to get into the end zone. Jason Black did it. Remember, this is his first game back after being on the shelf for a number of weeks.
Yeah, good 6 weeks for sure, Paul. No doubt about it. What about this score? Burns has just taken the lead on Brevard in the fourth, 27-23. What a game we've got going on there. Pisgah beat Mount Pleasant in overtime, 22-15 to advance.
Going to go with a pass. It is a slant, and it is caught. Dollar's got it. They finally get him to go down just shy of the 30.
I tell you, Jonathan, he is a load. Not only has he got great hands, but you got a guy coming at you at about 6'3", 6'4". He is a load to try to get down.
He doesn't go down easy, though. He's made a lot of contested catches when he gets the ball in his hands. As well as you mentioned, he is very hard to bring down. It's a very good player that East Lincoln has.
1st and 10 at the 28 of East Lincoln.
Yep, they quickly picked up a meat Pablito. First that ball on the ground, but
he's going to go down.
Yeah, I was going to say he got back possession of it.
But that snap killed him, Paul.
And look who was in there, ladies and gentlemen, again, Mr. A.J. Davis.
Yeah, he is going to be a candidate for player of the game. When that ball went down, the green jerseys came in very quickly. Paul Ashbrook has advanced, beating tonight Dudley. And I'm going to give you an update on those scores here momentarily after we see this 2nd and long.
Yeah, you're right. It's now 2nd and 16 for the Stallions of East Lincoln. And out of the reach and along the Crest sideline, one of the assistant coaches caught the ball.
That was a great catch.
Yeah, it was intended for Hutchins at the 37-yard line, and great coverage that time by the Chargers, Mr. Dakota Smith.
I want to see who Dakota Smith and who the assistant was that made that catch. Paul Ashbrook beat Dudley 15-7. They will play at Northern Guilford, who is about to finish off Kings Mountain in the 6A state quarterfinals. Paul, no team has scored over 20 points all year on Ashbrook in a game through their first 12.
It is 3rd and 16. East Lincoln needs a big play. The pass is caught. They've got to make the stop. Making a move, and to the 33-yard line, well short of the first down, is Davis Beam.
So that was going to bring up a 4th and 7. It looks like the punting unit's going to come out. We're 9:28. Jonathan, do you go for it here? I don't know. It's a tough call. You don't get it.
I would have to, because Crest is so prolific on offense there. If they score again, this game is definitely over with.
But
got to be careful. Is this a fake?
Yeah, but at the same time, you don't get it, and look where Crest has the ball.
Well,
so at least you can back them up. But right now, Crest has got to be watching. And Paul, there's a lot of confusion. East Lincoln's running players on and off the field like crazy.
Well, they better get in place. The play clock is
down to 6. They don't have but 10 players on the field. Crest is running a player off. Down to 2, 1.
Yep,
somebody's going to have to call a timeout.
Wait a minute. Flags all over the field.
It looked like it hit 0, but did we get a timeout?
I think we got a penalty.
I don't think they got a timeout. The Mustangs did in time, and they did.
Delay of game, guys.
Yep, that was complete chaos on both teams, but especially on East Lincoln. They were running 2 players off, trying to get one on. Crest was running players off.
And now you definitely have to punt no matter what.
Yeah, and that answers all we needed to know,
exactly.
Jonathan.
Okay, time for the Big E punt of the pigskin. Remember, don't forget, you get that gift certificate. It's a great stocking stuffer for Christmas, the Big E gift card. Taking his time, finally punts it from the 20, does Dollar.
And just get out of the way.
He is a fantastic punter.
Yeah,
and it stays in, and they will tag the ball at about the 23 of Crest.
He's just a great athlete all the way around, Paul. He's had a phenomenal year, and you're seeing why. And right now, JB, you're up 31-14, 8:42. First downs on the ground. You want to be smart, but I think at this point you're winning at battle line of scrimmage. You've played a great game. You took East Lincoln a heck of a shot in the second half, but you've got a chance right now to run that clock down. You don't even necessarily need to score points, but you want to run that clock down.
Yeah, you want to get some first downs. And one thing that I saw Crest do, especially in the second half, they run out of bounds a lot. You've got to stay in bounds and keep that clock running. So get first down, stay in bounds, keep possession of the ball, finish the game.
Great point.
All right, back to work goes the Crest Chargers on offense, and it's going to be Eli Hamrick right between the hash marks. Good run as he takes it at least to the 30-yard line.
And we've got an East Lincoln player with a cramp as well, Paul, right now. And again, I go back to the point. Remember, guys, this East Lincoln team came in 10-1, and they had scored 28 or more points in every game. They were averaging 48 points a game. They had either been in dominant wins and one close game. They had not been at this point of the in the year, JB, but give them a lot of credit, because when it was 24-0, a lot of people may have thought, hey, we were going to see a heck of a blowout tonight. They showed a lot of fight. This game's not over yet, but kudos to East Lincoln for the fight they've shown in the second half.
Oh, it's unbelievable what they've done in the second half. It came out like a whole new football team. If they've played this well in the first half, this is a different game probably. But they've made adjustments to the Crest offense. They've really done some good things. The strip that they had there on offense, probably the play of the game for the Crest defense there. And that is where you see the difference right now here in the fourth quarter.
That is one of their linemen who had the cramp for East Lincoln. Number 66, Alice Moret, has just gone off the field.
And, guys, that is about the 15th cramp I've seen by a player from both Crest and East Lincoln. As we said, temperatures in the 60s. It's been a warm week over the last 4 or 5 days. And Crest looking at a 2nd and 4. The ball will be spotted at the 29. They just want that clock to run. They're 8:32 from a trip to the state 5A quarterfinals. They've only been there twice. This would only be their second trip in the last decade.
If I'm Crest, I'm taking this play clock all the way down and then call the play.
Yeah,
leave nothing there.
Yeah, but 8:20, 8:19. We're counting it down here because we know how close Crest is to a trip to Belmont in the state 5A quarterfinals next Friday night.
Your broadcast tonight, corporate sponsors, Walker Woodworking and Greenbrook Design. Our thanks to all of our sponsors. Second down for the Crest Chargers. Eli Hamrick in the familiar shotgun, double receivers far side, one to the near side. He's going to keep it on the ground. Quarterback keeper still fighting, trying to get to that first down marker. He's going to come up short at about the 32 or 31-yard line.
Yep, so it's going to be 3rd and 2 and a big third down because, as we mentioned, you want to move those chains. You want to keep that clock running. And let's see, be interesting to see here, JB, does Crest continue that quarterback keeper? Do you look at Jason Blight? Do you run maybe a power set here? But you started in the pregame talking about line of scrimmage. Crest, for the most part tonight, has won that.
They really have, and they've been dominant, really for most phases of the game there. But if I was them, I think I'd keep it on the ground one more time, try to keep it in the quarterback's hands, pick up that first down, and then maybe try to go to the outside, bounce outside a little bit more after that.
This is a 3rd and 2 play, and on the snap of the ball,
Coach Lloyd calls a timeout.
Crest takes a timeout, and we will take a quick one as well. Only 7:10 to go in this game. Crest leading East Lincoln 31-14 on KTC Broadcasting.
Yes, Cleveland and Rutherford counties, there's a mobile home supply store here for you. That's H&M Industries between Shelby and Forest City, right off Highway 74 West. No matter what you need, mobile home doors, windows, tubs, showers, roofing, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, hardware, and more. Anything. See H&M Industries for your mobile home supplies. Located at 3931 Sunset Boulevard, Shelby, off Highway 74 West. online at hmiindustries.com. Call 704-434-9900. Like them on Facebook, too.
We come back live at Crest. This is a third-round playoff game in the 5A bracket, and Crest has a 31-14 lead. They're trying to get a first down here. 2nd and 2. It is reliable Eli Hamrick getting behind his center of the offensive line.
He's got it.
He looks to be to the 35. If he is, he's definitely got the first down.
He just used that big 6'5" frame behind that great Crest offensive line, and he will have another Pubs first down. Paul, let's give you some quick updates. Shelby's advanced to the 3A state quarterfinals. They'll play at Eastern Randolph next Friday night, it's going to beat Walkertown. West Davidson beat North Stanley late in the game, Paul. What about Mountain Heritage leading Lincoln in 37-36 in that ball game? Wild game there. What about High Brighton beating Stuart Kramer 14-9? Brevard has just taken the lead on Burns late in the game, 30-27. Unbelievable games all around the state tonight.
Hey, it's the playoffs. We've got some battles thanks to J-Man for the latest updates. Right up the middle. There goes. Look at Black busting through tackles. He's across the midfield stripe. We're back into East Lincoln territory.
Paul, you think about all the weapons Crest has, and we know how great of a year that Malachi Gamble's had. We know what Eli Hamrick can do on the ground, but when you bring Jason Black, and I'll go back to that point, Crest really missed this young man in that ball game again, and Michael Edwards, a good blocking there, but Crest really missed him in that game against Ashbrook that night. An Ashbrook team that's 12-0 now, but it's so great to have that weapon in there. And the amazing thing, Paul, Romeo Sanders, who had 3 touchdowns last week, he's done a great job blocking, but they've not even needed him. That's how deep this offense is.
Hey, you got a lot of people, and with Jason Black back, you've got something extra special. Here he goes again, just breaking through tackles, the little guy to the 43.
And I tell you, how many Jonathan tackles has Jason Black broke through tonight? He has not went down the initial tackle all night.
Yeah, he's a very slippery guy there, really fast, speedster type of. And, right now for Crest, you got to just take care of the ball. Take care of the ball. Don't fumble the ball. Don't get it stripped out. You got to take care of it. Keep running time off the clock, and they continue to really doing a good job on first down. They're in 2nd and 3rd and manageable, and that's been a successful.
Paul, you got to feel good right now. 5:20, you're up 31-14, and you're winning about the line of scrimmage. You can almost taste a trip to the quarterfinals, but got to finish here 2nd and 4 from the 43.
Yeah, and you're also running the clock out by you continuing to get first downs. Quarterback again, look at Eli go. He cuts off the left side. He takes it inside the 40. He may get as far as the East Lincoln 37.
And I tell you guys, one thing that may or may not be talked about, I'm going to talk about it. I go back to this is a East Lincoln team that was averaging 48 points a game. Paul, we've talked about all year how great this offense is, but it's time to give this defense a little bit of respect as well. They have played tremendous tonight. You have shut down one of the most explosive offenses in North Carolina and held them to 2 scores in this ball game.
You were just talking about the fine job the wide receiver Romeo Sanders has done as a blocker. I just noticed he had to come and squat down on the sideline. He has overworked himself. He's taking a break right now.
Yeah, a lot of cramps.
Another first down, back to work, and back to Gamble. Hadn't seen him in a while. He gets it to the 35-yard line, a 2-yard pickup.
Very deep Crest team that is 4-17 away from going to 10-2.
You don't even really need to score here if you're Crest. I might even get down to like the goal line and make them go 99 yards. I mean, that's
and one thing you just want to do is snap it at 1 and 2 on the play clock continuously. We're down to 20. We're under 4 minutes now, ladies and gentlemen, on what has been a tremendous, tremendous job tonight.
And, man, we'll talk about it in our post-game show, but what's going to happen 1 week from tonight to try to continue to get a step closer to a state championship is going to be, well, it's going to be an unbelievable matchup again.
Yeah, we've got to stop at your playing, Paul. I want to tell you, as we've got a Crest timeout, kudos to the Burns Bulldogs on a great year, but it comes to a close in heartbreaking fashion. Brevard ends Burns season 30-27. You hate to see it. Brevard will play Pisgah next week.
Well, you got to give Burns a lot of credit to go on the road and almost knock off the number 1 team in that bracket tonight.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Lose by 3 points at it's a hard place to play at Brevard. Okay, and to lose by 3 points, as you guys mentioned, kudos to Burns on an excellent season.
Guys, I want to quickly go over the 7A as well. Weddington, Paul, 42-7 over Lake Norman. They will host Independence. What a game that'll be next Friday night. And in the other 7A West matchup, it'll be Reagan at Grimsley next Friday night.
our crowd from KTC Broadcasting will break down more of where the playoffs go next. They'll go back over tonight's games. There'll be video highlights for those of you online. Don't miss the Full Throttle Power Sports postgame show. It's going to be on most all of our stations, including YouTube, right after we wrap up our postgame show from Crest. Out of the timeout, 2nd and 7, a quick pass.
There's Edwards.
Michael Edwards makes a move, and he'll just go down to stop that play at the 29.
And I like that play because run, and then all of a sudden I think Coach Lloyd was starting to see the receivers, DBs were giving those receivers a little bit of room. That time went to Edwards for about a gain of 8.
Yeah, I love what he did there, too, because he didn't bounce out of bounds. He cut back inside and fell down. Clock continues to run.
And I tell you, one thing I'm going to give kudos to as well is this East Lincoln crowd, Paul. Not a lot of folks have left, and I give them credit. They've had a phenomenal year. I love that class they have when they helped the injured Charger over, and what a second-half valiant comeback they made here tonight.
Yeah, 10-1, and their fans are 10-1, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that Denver area is a pretty part of our region, folks. Here is a quarterback keeper again, and down.
I don't think he got it the first down.
Immediately goes Eli.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th and 1.
I think you go for it if you're Crest, too.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm going to head down to the field and right at the end of our broadcast and hope to get one of the players of the game along with head coach Greg Lloyd and the post game tonight and his thoughts about a battle tonight. Now, I tell you, there's a lot of Chargers limping right now. One of the big things, JB, is going to be getting healthy between now and next Friday night. So 4th and 1, they're going to spot it, Paul, at the 28, a first down here. Pretty much, it's pretty much over, but this would finish it off if Crest could get it.
Yeah, I think if I was Crest, I'd make a point. Let's stay hydrated this week.
It's a quarterback keeper behind his center. Look at that offensive
He just ran over.
Yeah, first down.
Oh, he drug East Lincoln players 8 yards, Eli did. They were just grabbing. He was just dragging.
Now if you're Crest, you could pretty much take a knee.
Yep, and what a win this is going to be for the Crest Chargers. There were a lot of talk about how these two explosive teams, would Crest be ready? Well, Crest is battle-tested. We knew they were battle-tested. East Lincoln threw some punches, Paul, and a couple of uppercuts to get this within 10 points, but Crest, what a fourth quarter to finish this one here tonight.
All right, Tim, we appreciate that. We know you're going to be going down on the sideline here momentarily and trying to grab some players and Coach Lloyd about what's going to be a huge victory, and they're just going to take a knee on this snap. What an impressive victory. And the Charger fans, many of them are standing and cheering their team. This was impressive, especially when East Lincoln put the heat on. And in that third quarter, they cut this lead of 24-0 down to 24-14. However, now it's Crest 31-14 with only over 1 minute to play.
Celebrations on, Paul. Going to move to 10-2 and a trip to Belmont, a rematch from October 4th, 1 week from tonight.
How good was this conference this year? Think about that matchup next week.
Yeah, 2 Big South teams. And
taking another knee, Eli.
He's only going to need to take one more.
We're down to 51.5 seconds on the clock. And
yeah, they called they stopped the clock, Paul, because East Lincoln had 12 players on the field, and teams are already shaking hands. A lot of class shown tonight, JB, and that's one thing I love to see.
Yeah, East Lincoln had done a remarkable job. Even though they were down, they really helped one of the Crest players off the field when he's having a cramp, and a lot of handshaking between the guys. So there has been a lot of sportsmanship. That's always nice to see when you two good teams play each other.
Yeah, and I tell you, Paul, Greg Lloyd's happy about this victory, but he is still giving it to that sideline referee there because there was a couple of things that he didn't like. I think he's going to let it go there, but he is passionate, just like this fan base is, and you love to see it as Crest in the victory formation.
Yeah, one more snap to Eli down to his knee, and that will be the final play of the night, and it's going to go on. I tell you what, 4 Cleveland County teams entered in the third round. 2 have been eliminated, sadly, Burns and Kings Mountain, but Shelby has advanced, and now we know the Crest Chargers will advance as we go to a final here tonight on the Fountain Electric scoreboard. Crest ending the season of East Lincoln, final score 31-14. And when we come back, we'll be moving into our stadium postgame show presented by Stamey Funeral Home of Falston. Lots of stats to break down, some on-the-field interviews, and more. So stay with us here on KTC Broadcasting and at 92.9 WCSL Crest Charger football from KTC Broadcasting.
Oh, let's try.
To get that high grass cut down, you need an attack cat. Like a new Bobcat mower from Hojo Outdoor Power in Shelby. Jump on that grass with a new Bobcat. Come check out their line of Bobcat zero-turn mowers with financing at 0% for up to 48 months. There's nothing like a Bobcat. From Hojo Outdoor Power, 110 Greg Street off South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Online at hojopower.com. Like them on Facebook, too.
Go! We're going down to the Honda shop. I'll tell you what we're gonna do.
Get on your Honda and ride red during the Ride Red Summer Sales Event at Honda Motorcycles in Shelby. For over 45 years, Honda Motorcycles of Shelby has been serving this area with sales, parts, and service. And now get low-rate financing during the Honda Ride Red Sales Event. Use your bonus bucks on accessories, a down payment, or the Honda Care Protection Plan during the Ride Red Summer Sales Event. Going on now at Honda Motorcycles of Shelby, 4402 East Dixon Boulevard. Online at HondaMotorcyclesofShelby.com.
Ingles is a proud sponsor for all levels of athletics, and when football season rolls around, we're pouring on the savings like fans pouring into the stadium. We're talking buy one, get one free offers on some of your favorite brands, everyday Advantage Card savings, low prices at the pump, and daily deals at the deli. Just another way to show our appreciation for Football Nation. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
With a rich history spanning nearly 100 years, James River Equipment is known for its deep-rooted partnership with the iconic John Deere brand. From large-scale farming to residential mowing, James River delivers the right equipment for every task with a focus on quality, reliability, and affordability. Bring your outdoor spaces to life and choose the brand that understands your world. James River Equipment. Visit JamesRiverEquipment.com to find the location nearest you. James River delivers.
The Drive into Fall event is underway at Marburger Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Shelby, putting performance in your hands. Just announced, finance and get 0% APR for 72 months or $7,750 retail cash allowance toward the purchase of a brand new 2025 Dodge Charger Daytona. For details, see Marburger Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 1310 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby during the Drive into Fall event.
Who's the full-service insurance agency that can process all types of insurance? The answer, Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance Agency. They represent over 20 major insurance carriers, quality and top names like Auto Owners, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Liberty Mutual, and Travelers. Maxwell B. Hamrick, dedicated to its customers just like they've been since the 1950s, and also dedicated to Cleveland County high school football. Offices in Shelby and Boiling Springs. Manager Bill Daves invites you by.
You guys having a party too?
Yeah, just having some friends over for the game. Is that safe?
More plugs, more power.
You're all ready for the game. 4 new outlets, all with USB, and the projector's hooked up to a new dedicated line.
Oh, heck no.
What happened to the game? He likes to do it all himself, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's Bob Malarkey.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
We come back live at Crest. Of course, that means Sid Bryson Stadium and Georgia Litton Field. And we move into the Stamey Funeral Home of Fallston post-game show. We're going to immediately take it down on the field as I believe Tim has got a special guest. So just 1 minute here. We're going to get you right down to the field as we get our right buttons pushed and everything lined up on a busy night. And Tim, let's go down live to you right now. Take it away.
Okay, Paul, thanks very much. I'm with a guy that had a great game tonight, of course, on this Crest defense, Tavion Whiston. Tavion, 24-14. Receiver makes a great play, and you just basically rip it away, head down the field. They had the momentum going. Talk about that play, and defense played great tonight. Talk about it, Tavion.
That play right there, I saw they was doing a screen. Looked at it, ran over there. I hit him. I saw he turned around, ball was loose, grabbed it, caught it, and just ran. I didn't know what to do. I just ran.
They came in averaging 48 points a game, Tavion. Talk about what your defense did to hold them to 14 tonight. Yeah, they made a nice comeback in the second half, but you held an explosive offense to 14 points. Talk about that.
Yeah, we knew this week that there was a powerful offense, and we knew it was good defense. So we just had to stop the run. We stopped the run. We had to stop the pass. We did that. So we just couldn't lose our heads during the game. So it was good.
10-2, going to South Point next week. Much different game, I'm sure, than what you saw early in the year. Talk about the chance to be playing after Thanksgiving.
It's pretty good to play after Thanksgiving. Last year we lost in round 3 at Hickory, but this year we're going to take it, change it. And last time we played at South Point, we lost, so we're going to try to change that too, beat them again.
Tavion, great job. Congratulations tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Paul, we're going to try to find head coach Greg Lloyd, and we'll send it back up to you.
Okay, back in the booth, Paul Foster with my good friend JB, who has been joining us for the last couple of playoff games. And I tell you what, there's a lot to review. We'll be breaking down stats in a little bit. We've still got to hear some interviews on the field. The scoring summary is interesting. But, JB, when I look back at my sheet and to know with 3:43 to go in the third quarter after Dollar, the receiver for East Lincoln, came down in the end zone in double coverage and somehow caught that football, it was getting a little bit concerning because it was 24-14. But, hey, Crest showed some heart, didn't they?
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that because, after that, East Lincoln got the ball back again, and they were only down by, 10 points at that point in time.
Yeah.
Correct. And, they were driving there, and then the Crest defense rose up, made that big play. You heard your brother down there talking with the player number 26 there that made that big strip, and was able to rumble back into East Lincoln territory there, and that really put the game out of reach. But, Crest dug deep tonight. They really controlled the line of scrimmage, and I thought that really helped them on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, the offensive line, the line of scrimmage, we talk, sometimes we talk about that being just a basic part of football that you have got to achieve in order to help the rest of the offense flow and to do the right thing. And I tell you what, seeing Crest on offense and then knowing what they did, especially to East Lincoln in the first half, was impressive because, again, this was a heck of a football team, East Lincoln. They came in at 10-1. Their only loss was to Hickory, who happens to still be in the postseason playing football, by the way. So there was a lot to take away from that tonight as well. Again, we're hoping to get back down on the field to Tim. I believe he's got a guest with him right now. Tim, back down to you.
Okay. Yeah, and Greg Lloyd, who is still congratulating his players, and I love to see it, Greg. Head coach Greg Lloyd, got him here with me. I see your wife right over there, by the way. She's excited, too. Yeah, absolutely. Greg, unbelievable performance tonight. You shut a team that was scoring 48 points a game down to 14 points. Talk about your effort. And they made a run, but your team played great tonight. I know you're proud of them.
Well, I couldn't be more proud of our team. We had a good week, and then we came out here tonight. It was warm and humid, and we was dropping a little bit with some cramps. But we had some guys step up. Coach Toms and the defensive staff did a great job preparing for the game. And the kids, we always say players over plays, and we got those players. And they did a great job tonight, and I could not be more proud of our guys.
I thought you won the line of scrimmage. Maybe other than the parts of the third quarter, you won the line of scrimmage tonight. That was big in the ball game, and your defense. That play by Wiston, it really flipped the game.
What a great play! Tavion's a senior. He's one of our hardest workers, and sometimes when you do the right things and you're always working hard, it's good karma and good things happen. And it found Tavion, and he made the play of the game, and he deserved it, and he is a special player.
Coach, back on October 4th, you played South Point right here and dominated them. But that, to me, that means absolutely nothing for next Friday night. You're one of 8 teams left in 5A. They are a much different team offensively. I know you feel like your team's better as well, but you're going to Belmont. Crest has won once there in the last decade. What a game it'll be next Friday night. Your early thoughts?
Oh, it's going to be quite a game. And, we know each other extremely well.
Yeah.
It's going to be a battle. they struggled holding on the ball down here, and I think that hurt them. Had they took care of the ball, it obviously wouldn't have been such a wide margin.
And that probably won't happen next week.
It will not, and we can't anticipate that happening. We got to go play. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be a 4-quarter game, and it'll be, we're playing for a berth in the Western Final. So, it's a huge game. We made it to Thanksgiving, so that's good. But, I think our kids are looking for more, and we're going to just give it all we got.
Crest, South Point, J.M. Robinson, Hickory, one of those 4 teams. That's 4 pretty good teams, Coach.
They say the playoffs are watered down. They ain't watered down in 5A.
No,
Holy mackerel. Even in this round right here, they're not watered down. Good grief. And it'll be a war next week, and the 2 teams that come out of that will have earned it, I'm sure.
One last question. How special is it to get to practice on Thanksgiving?
Oh, that's great. That's one of my favorite days of the year, and just to be able to practice on Thanksgiving is a big deal, and that'll be fun.
Coach, congratulations. Good luck next Friday night in Belmont.
Yeah, thank you, Tim. Appreciate you.
Okay, Paul, I'll send it back up to you.
Okay, glad you caught Coach Greg Lloyd for the post-game show. Those interviews on the field presented by Cleveland Community College. We will take a brief break. JB's still in the booth. I'll be back with you, and Tim will rejoin us in a few minutes as well. We'll start looking ahead in just a few minutes, and, of course, we'll move you into the post-game show back at Studio Control in a few minutes, too. But right now we continue with the Staney Funeral Home of Fallston postgame show, where the Chargers have advanced. They're moving on to the 4th round of these 5A playoffs after a 31-14 win over East Lincoln. Our live coverage from Crest continues in a moment on KTC Broadcasting.
I want you to love your plumbing as much as I love mine. That's why I want you to call Olmsted Plumbing for all your plumbing needs. It's fall of the year. Olmsted Plumbing is excited about all season. Changing weather always triggers broken water lines and stopped up drains. It's also time to winterize your home, service your well pump system, clean your gutters, downspouts, and storm drains. For an ounce of prevention or a pound of cure, call Olmsted Plumbing for all your plumbing needs. 828-245-7302. Offices at 470 Washington Street in Forest City and now at 1204 South Post Road in Shelby.
Some people say there are doers, and there are dreamers. But what's wrong with a little dreaming, especially when it's shared? With hard work, little dreams grow into big ones. At Kubota, we know that your work never stops, and we're inspired by those who dream. But our equipment is built for dreamers and doers, like you. Kubota, built for those who do.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, 126 Bessie Drive, Kings Mountain. Since 1968, Putnam Distributors in Patterson Springs has been serving this area with a full line of automotive products, including oils, transmission fluids, antifreeze, filters, chemicals, parts, and supplies for all types of automobiles and trucks, with many brands to choose from. They sell to individuals or wholesale. Just visit the walk-in counter. Putnam Distributors, 1626 Peterson Drive off Highway 180 south of Shelby. Call 704-487-9395 or visit the website at PutnamDistributors.com. Putnam Distributors in Patterson Springs, offering quality automotive parts and supplies for over 50 years.
Come see what they've rounded up at the Roundup store in Shelby. Just arrived a big new shipment of outdoor wooden furniture. See the double rockers, regular rockers, Adirondack chairs, and picnic tables too. The Roundup store has cabinets and vanities, windows and doors, and of course, those famous Roundup storage buildings and gazebos. The Roundup store, 1610 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at theroundupstoreshelby.com. Serving our area now for over 60 years. Open 8:30 till 5:30 Monday through Friday, 8:30 till noon on Saturday.
Serving the foothills for over 100 years, S&C Fuel Delivery, formerly Lutz Petroleum, is your reliable source for delivery of diesel, gasoline, propane, lubricants, and heating oil, straight to your tank. Pumps are open to the public for fill-up. Delivery available in North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, and Florida. S&C Fuel is locally family-owned and veteran-operated, committed to keeping our community running, trusted by homeowners, farms, and businesses. Office located on Oakland Road in Spindale. Schedule your next delivery with S&C Fuel at 828-286-3419.
We're back at Crest, and you're listening to the Postgame Show presented by Stamey Funeral Home of Falston. Again, a reminder that Crest has advanced after a impressive 31-14 win over a very good East Lincoln team. Paul Foster back with JB Jonathan Bland. And let me quickly go over some of the scoring, and then we'll get some more thoughts, JB, as we name our players of the game in just a few minutes. The night started with Crest getting on the board after a hammer pass to Brock Melton of 17 yards. The extra point was good. That was with just over 7 minutes to go, 7-0. Jason Black, what a return for our rusher that's been out for a number of weeks. And I tell you what, he was one of the big reasons we won tonight. He had a 9-yard touchdown run with 23.4 seconds to go in the first, and again, an excellent kick by a reliable Greer. You move into the second quarter, you go up 21-0 on that Wildcat play, the snap to Edwards of 24 yards, extra point good. And then, how about a field goal by Crest just before we go to 0-0 at halftime? Carson Greer hurt a 30-yarder, and who knows, we may need that to win a playoff game in the weeks to come if Crest stays alive. So 24-0, you're feeling pretty good, but here comes East Lincoln, and they get a 3-yard rushing touchdown by Veers, a running back that they didn't go to a lot tonight. They brought him in the third quarter. This was with 8:36 to go. Morkey hit the extra point. It was 24-7. Then it would be a big grab by receiver Dollar in the end zone. He came down with a 24-yard touchdown pass. Morkey hit the extra point. 24-14. We go into the fourth, and while it was looking rough, Crest finally got one more score, and that went on to be the securing score of the night for sure. Jason Black on a 13-yard rushing touchdown with just over 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. The extra point was good. And then Crest and the defense, and with the offense running out the clock, that's how we went on to that 31-14 victory. Before we bring Tim back in, JB Jonathan Bland, when you think back through this game tonight, what do you feel like are one or two of the most important reasons that Crest was able to win?
Well, I thought they controlled the line of scrimmage. I thought they controlled the line of scrimmage on the defensive line and also the offensive line. It gave the quarterback a lot of time to throw the ball. He's able to make East Lincoln play down the field. And he's able to run the football, especially with Jason Black coming back. They did a really good job being able to run the football. And I think that one of the good things I see about Crest tonight, they got tested there in the third quarter, okay? And when they got tested, they actually was able to stand up there, make some plays they needed to do, and that should be a lot of confidence going forward because next week they're going to have to play a little bit better, playing a good South Point team. They beat them early this year, but it'll be a different matchup in the playoffs. But seeing that adversity, I like seeing that. I like to see teams playing good, especially here late in November.
Tim rejoins us in the booth after a fine job of grabbing, of course, Greg Lloyd, one of the star players of the night. Have you had a chance to see any final stats yet on this game tonight?
Yes, I did see a few, Paul. Crest ended up right around 400 yards total offense in this game, and East Lincoln, after only having 59 yards in the first half, Paul ended up with close to 250 yards. The big story that I saw, though, for both of you guys, Paul and Jonathan, is that Grant Lawless only one touchdown pass in this game. We talked about it. A young man that had thrown close to 40 on the year was held to one touchdown pass. Did throw for about between 150 and 200 yards. But, Jonathan, this was not one of his more dominant games. You knew you had to take that away. Yes, East Lincoln made that comeback to get it within 24-14, really controlled the third quarter. Crest started, as Coach Lloyd mentioned, started having some cramping issues. He started getting concerned. They're going to have to get hydrated. But the Crest defense, again, 14 points, Lawless one touchdown pass. That was kind of the things that I noticed in the stats.
Yeah, they really made him uncomfortable back there. And, that's credit to the defensive line and also linebackers coming up. But also the, Crest secondary. They got a Duke commit back there. They got a UNC commit back there. He probably hasn't saw that kind of pressure, that kind of secondary coverage throughout the year, and I think it showed as the game progressed.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it did. Paul, we have got a final here, and it's a big one. This is in the 3A ranks that J-Man Foster's just given us. What a win tonight. The number one seed.
Any appreciation for Lincoln County football as a whole, that's a big accomplishment tonight.
Yeah, but it is a big accomplishment. I want to give kudos to East Lincoln. What a year. Finished 10-2, and you think about their two losses, two pretty good teams, a Hickory team that's 41-2 the last 3 years, Crest team who has certainly had a phenomenal year moving on. And, yeah, Paul, you're right. I mean, now we're getting to this time of the year where, it's just it's survive and advance, and it can come down to one or two plays.
All right, let's run through this right quick, naming these big players of the game. And, man, we're not going to do justice because we could name so many people that had to come through for Crest to win and hang on here tonight in this big performance. But first of all, the offensive player of the night presented by Marburger Chevrolet of Shelby.
I tell you, there's a lot of options in this ball game tonight for that. But I tell you, I'm gonna have to give it Jonathan to a young man coming back from injury. Had a couple of big runs. He didn't really run a lot early on because they were trying to get him into game shape, game flow. I'm going to give it to Jason Blackpaul, including that touchdown that put the game away. Jonathan, big.
That's an excellent call. He did a great job coming back, and he was really a difference maker. He was really fast and speedy, and when he saw the holes, and not only that, but he broke a lot of tackles too. So he was hard to bring down, but he really helped Crest control the game tonight.
9-yard and 13-yard touchdowns in his return. And, man, he did not look like a guy that had been on the shelf for a while.
And he had 80-plus yards rushing, guys, in this ballgame. I did glance at that. I mean, that's only on 9 carries. So you're talking about 8 yards a carry in this game.
He's going to need to be big when you go into South Point next week. Defensive player of the night for Crest, that's presented by Marburger, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram.
Well, we got to give it to Tavion Wisnett. I mean, Jonathan, if East Lincoln gets that game to 24-21, the way the momentum was swinging, their fans were going completely berserk across the way. This game could have ended much differently, but you heard Tavion. He ripped that ball away for the second straight game. Plays like that, guys like that are crucial if you're going to make a run at a state title.
Well, I really loved what Coach Lloyd said about him when you interviewed him post-game. He said he was a great kid, a humble kid that really worked hard, and when you work hard, great things happen. He's exactly right. That great thing happened tonight, and it happened to help Crest win this ball game.
And now to the overall player of the game for the winning team, the Crest Chargers, and this is made possible and presented by SNR Auto Sales in Shelby.
Well, we've mentioned him many times, Paul, but you got to do it when you're close to 300 all-purpose yards. Senior quarterback Eli Hamrick, he threw for over 200. He rushed for another 100-plus on the ground, and when you get that from your quarterback, Paul and Jonathan, good things are going to happen.
Yeah, I love what he did through the air, but I was really more impressed with what he was able to do on the ground because when they needed first downs, the ball was in his hands, and it doesn't matter if he was going up the middle or he was going outside. They wanted the ball in his hands. He was able to come through and make a lot of clutch plays like he has all year for.
Paul, when I'm looking at this 5A West bracket, the top 4 seeds have advanced. The 1 seed South Point will host the 4 seed Crest. We'll have it next Friday night on KTCBroadcasting.com. And then, of course, the 2 seed J.M. Robinson will host the 3 seed Hickory. Paul, this is the first time that Hickory has been on the road in a playoff game. Think about this, in a playoff game in 4 years. In 2023, all their games were at home. Last year, all their games were at home. It's been since 2022 since they've played a road playoff game other than a neutral site. State championship game, of course, when they won it a couple of years, they will be on the road at J.M. Robinson, but I like them next Friday night. And in the 6A West, just because we've got a local team, Watauga held on to beat Charlotte Catholic.
Wow, big win.
They host a great Sun Valley team in Boone. Northern Guilford hosts Ashbrook, 6A State or 6A Western semifinal, excuse me.
Man, a lot to look forward to. I have pulled out just to reminisce, and we know it'll be a different world because, for one thing, it's Crest going to Belmont. But I've got the scoring sheet from the home game here on October the 3rd. Final score, Crest beats South Point 42-7. A running clock. That's almost unheard of against the South Point team. A running clock in the second half. It was 28-0 going into halftime, and it was 35-7 at the end of the third. And South Point never scored again. Crest scored one more time. The only touchdown was a rushing touchdown of 2 yards by South Point with just over 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. If Crest can go into Belmont and do anything close to that, even hold South Point to only 1 score at halftime, is that possible? Can you do anything like you did in Game 1?
I think you have to forget about Game 1, Paul, and a lot of people won't want to do that, but it's going to be hard for the kids to do that and the fans. But I think you've got to forget it. One thing I've noticed about South Point, their offensive efficiency has shot through the roof since October 3rd. The other thing I've noticed, they've given up a lot of points and a lot of yards. The other thing we know, Crest has had major problems winning in Belmont over the last decade.
I'm afraid
The other
so.
thing we know, and a lot of people won't like to hear this, is that field's going to be very wet next Friday night. And folks know what I'm talking about. It'll be a wet sideline. It'll be a wet field. It doesn't matter if it rains or it doesn't rain next Friday night, but you got to forget about it. South Point's good enough to beat you with what they do. I think the question in that ball game, Crest has gotten better, Jonathan. Can South Point stop this Crest offense? That's going to be one of my questions. I saw nothing that showed me they could stop them in game one. They'll certainly have a different game plan in game two, and I think penalties and staying healthy will be key next Friday night as well.
Yeah, I agree with you. I feel good if I'm Crest right now because how explosive I can be, right? And I can score points. Is that South Point? And can my defense, if I'm Crest, can they step up and make some big stops and put some more pressure? Because I think when you get up on South Point, how are they going to deal with that adversity as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so and the next thing you talked about it being wet, well, it's also going to be cold next Friday night.
Yes,
so it's
it will
be a different
Yeah.
environment. And I tell you what. One thing that Chris needs to be worried about, I hate beating a team that bad early on in the year because they're going to have some momentum to come back and play better.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to be, hit on all fronts to be able to beat a good South Point team.
And Paul, remember, since that loss, South Point's 7-0, and they've been absolutely dominant for the most part. Really hadn't had a lot of close games since that loss to the Chargers.
Probably a wake-up call
Yeah,
for them,
it
right?
was,
Sure.
but it will be a different environment there, and we know you have to play all three phases of that red bone. Paul Crest did it great in game one. Can they do it again next Friday night for a chance to go to a Western championship game?
I tell you what, it's a long-time rivalry. It's been that way for many years, and they've been in the same conference for a while now, too. Everything is huge. It would be huge if they were just meeting again for a regular season game any time of the year, but this happens to be a game to take you one step from going to a state championship, so there can't be a bigger game, and we'll have that for you right here on our coverage of Crest at KTC Broadcasting next Friday night beginning at 7 p.m.
Jonathan, Paul, there's 8 teams left in 5A. There's 8 teams left in all but the 1A and 8A. Everybody's good. You're one of 8 teams left. You know you're special. You have to play your A game next week.
Yeah, each and every week you better come to play because if not, you're not going to be there the following week, right? And look at that bracket there. 1, 2, 3, and 4 seeds still remaining in the Western bracket. I haven't looked at the Eastern bracket, but just in the West alone, a lot of teams that's worthy of winning state championships.
I know Paul Havelock was still around in the East. Hunt was still around down the East, Northeast. Guilford, who's very good, was still around the East. You got a lot of great teams, and what a night it's going to be. And to be able to play after Thanksgiving is always special.
It always means that you're getting close to a chance to get back to a state championship. It's going to be a huge night. We can't wait to bring it to you. Just in case he's still listening, how great it was that he was in this stadium tonight. Our colleague Rob Root recovering, watching this game. I know he's feeling good.
Greg Lloyd said he talked to him. Yeah, he got a chance to talk to him, said he was looking good, and I know the Robster was looking good, and I know he is going to be excited about the Chargers playing in the state quarterfinals, and it's going to be special. What an atmosphere it's going to be, Paul, wherever we are in that stadium next Friday night. We're going to be ready to go. It's going to be nice and cool, gentlemen. Much different, I think, projected highs probably in the kickoff in the mid to upper 40s. And it will be, as I used to say, an old slobber knocker.
Well,
for chance.
it might be a good thing for Crest, though. Maybe not as many cramps next week as we had tonight, right?
Yeah, that will be important. But, Paul, discipline against South Point will be so crucial next week.
Preparation for the coming days between now and next Friday night are going to be huge, to say the least. JB, Jonathan Bland, thank you for coming over and joining our team again this week for Crest High School football playoff action. We really do appreciate your efforts.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for Tim and Paul for having me tonight and be able to watch a great Crest football team here because they really play really well. So thank you guys for having me again.
Absolutely. Tall Tim, we appreciate your work tonight, and we'll look forward to doing it again next Friday.
Yeah, I want to tell everyone happy Thanksgiving. Have a great one this coming week, and what a night it'll be next Friday night. And I tell you, every play becomes so crucial, and looking forward to a great job tonight, gentlemen.
Also want to thank R.J. Roop for being here, shooting some video along for KTC. Trey Albright for the stats, J-Man Foster for the updated scoreboard. And for our entire team, again, we remind you as we wrap up the Samey Funeral Home postgame show, Crest wins big tonight to advance to the 4th round of the 5A playoffs in North Carolina after a 31-14 win. For the entire crew in KTC Broadcasting, I'm Paul Foster from Crest High saying good night, and we'll talk to you again next Friday night.
Kias everywhere at the all-new Shelby Kia. As a matter of fact, over 250 new Kias in stock now. And best of all, get 0.9% APR financing or discounts up to $10,000. There's never been a better time to buy than right now. Credit problems? No problem. At the new Shelby Kia, come see for yourself. Over 250 new Kias in stock now. Shelby Kia, 4425 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at shelbykia.com.